Alright, we say you will be very carbon. We are bringing from Kastle 90.3 FM every Monday, the 14th day of July 2025. We are bringing Yatlasa Ebezi in Como as usual. Your number one political and current affair program, and we are bringing Mimman Hodo on Kastle 90.3 FM. We are bringing a lot of issues. Ebezi in Como. Currently we are streaming live on Facebook, Kastle 90.3 FM, then also on YouTube, Kastle 90.3 FM. All our media social media handles are active. WhatsApp, Instagram, X, Kastle 90.3 FM onsa bakayan. For messages in for 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. You text message, another WhatsApp message. Fabra na yenzi in Como area. Business is coming Suman. Ma Mendame production team as say headed by Mr. Bernard Ogo, Osman FKK, Blackus, na nusu trainer to Facebook, then also on YouTube. Now, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, and Ozzy Atugwa, that the party, it seems he has been sidelined. Any decision be a party no be take bianom or involving a woman, but then is it as a result of disorganized party ana? So yabo komna is in Como yanyim pemfa huru bezi in Como ewo. Then the aftermath of Ablikuma not election, the former vice president of visit the victims of NPP was sorting one or call Honorable Mavis How Kumsin Nifi the Marshal and oye nkofo ahrubia during the process one who came a womb yaboshe oye electoral violence. This is not the first time series of it going to Akutia. What should be the security measures all them painful was it to Akwim? But then the last election, are you disappointed as how the police acted? So nunso yaboshe na is in Como and a lot more. We agree yet nasa ya be discuss ewa only may you can say friend film free ha wa bra or the political actors or beji onigwa na ya zi discussions are running in national ya zi abro but on chebia yeboko oye UCC yanyi oye Prof John Windy Ansa ekozi in Como urban oye security issues and then elections are Ozim akutenepa yaboshe the last Friday yenyini Como going forward yaboshe nyoma no free there all them paying for ye to safeguard the Akutia elections or bado ewo ehono. Once again business kwamene suman ma o messages in number 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. But Anointed Engineering Services Limited mention show the area a reliable source of energy. ECG at a point in time oboko off, but also they enya backup na ezisuo senkanzia no ko offer production had to continue on the Anointed Engineering Services Limited. Also mentioned over 20 branches across the 16 regions. The Masuna Cape Coast or Tantry just opposite the main lorry station close to Republic Bank. Phrase 0248 455697 and 0243 480334. Now any Anointed Engineering Services Limited in Como where expert or specialize in sales, repairs, rentals and installation of generators. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator expert. The Masona High Sense the mention the 2025 High Sense January campaign Ogudara or Kodo Elho on the end called High Sense one showroom across the 16 regions. Na wasu kwaje washing machine, smartphone sound system, water dispenser, air fryers, chest freezer and anything electronic. Echo High Sense one showroom ebenye bi na ato all the 16 regions ebohu one showroom bi elho mankasim Oben Blue Hills Restaurant or Anteku Adamara and a one Pacific Filling Station when is the in Shrenyum Frey 0302 5500 5500 Hisense everyday prices for everyday people. 31st Herbal Clinic or a eye specialist in your way Oduma entuminji obinizina enfendi juma oninti 31st Herbal Clinic our eye specialist what the men can show the angry. Are you suffering from glaucoma, cataract of the eye, blurred vision, eye pressure? Ninyinano oyaza wozu hujuma ewo ho oninti hwehwe nature kwan ewo Cape Coast urban Kastle 90.3 FM another Cocoa Depot no urban one pa man kesim so school kesim opposite Ifo Junction behind the mosque na asin fosu or fosu chrome near Praise Be Church agros radio so bypass in Kubim Fred Doctor ewo Ahomedu 0559 999543 again 0559 999543 na enye doctor inzi inkomo ewodo 31st Herbal Clinic was God is our healer. Lonat edu papa abegwamandu FDA ajatum and they suffer from malaria edrukupe enebotum na ezi etwase oil lonat oninti ko na test hwe attest hwe malaria mbo abanu wo ni pedwem za. There is only one medicine FDA ajatum lonat all leading pharmaceutical shops ebenye bi ohona ato na eziz ewonso eda kilo malaria lonat scatter malaria. So enyimoku ahrobi kei ho ene wiabere yesingwa yebezi enkomo ewo jumezi edo. Yes, yebezi enkomo jumezi edo. Enti Osman betina say Alaji akwaba
area
ada na enyemele hami
someone fa won hami
enyemele ha Martin Wichiro
ya bonkomo ya kanyesem ni ayewi
ya ewi bia but bibia boko
we yakopo na bibia boko na waswe
Christ adom weekend your code me another I mean me exciting news Chelsea ada romantic
na che ya bayemo na about Chelsea
yeah
page for na ya da
and now writing an offer
onye na right one offer but say one day boys say bibi yem boy ya enyima obesi wom but then before ye babonu ye were fact and then other statistics say ezi ejuma and performances so me sure there na obi kada say page be Chelsea na eba doubt obi abaka the page be Chelsea but Chelsea supporters na wo arrangement be there urban finance there no matter what bobo na waji
because you be there or mark on the wall and your cry yansha cry no one go pe
you see you were looking for one go and a question basa and opponent went to man shebi ho no and so with every law beyond there's an exception.
Okay,
I tell me feel there so you should enjoy your day, you should enjoy the moment, you know, but well, next season will tell. So if team no have been a part that makes me huna, we will see. But for the meantime, congratulations to you guys. Why has it?
Yeah. So now blue is running through my veins. All right. Blues. But Alaji, weekend a lot of events crowd. It be a ablikuma. Not election and the premium day easy in Komobebre ewo ho. But going forward, election violence, I mean, what can we do as a nation? Because every now and then, the parties will recruit these guys to foment trouble.
Yeah. Come on, my mendas na me fa kwenye we do for ncheche native no nyahwefo no nyina. And I am Monday and we are streaming live on Facebook. To baby I also will be able to na bana ba hwe show no eba akọ Facebook ko no ma yehu location e wo me yehu bebi e wo no se me yehu a ebobozin na yetum na yada wa se pempo shout out mbo ka ho ya na kama from the Facebook a oye Kastle 90.3 Cape Coast bo shem na Kastle channel so start with K e bo shem na follow pages ni nyina na ma wetum na wa kama ho no kwame na question e bi say no me are very sure that this is not the first time yehu this electoral violence we kosi we. and Friday mo kwe see ni nyina na yehwe nsem o rekodo how ansem you to mo kwe see the way it went on, how our police force were reacting. In fact, commentary afterwards, from both sides of the divide, and how I've been put the wall so
me say I Dr. Hannah Bisu
yes
in the comments. Why wouldn't pay Malik?
Masiteli.
Me say in the comments and few others.
Yes.
And last Friday, me say Edward Tamaklo.
Yes, lawyer.
I wasn't pleased with the all trances. And there was a question that in Crofona, on your Crofona Bakase and Wakre, there was a question that are they NPP gangs into Okonosi? He cannot tell.
Coming now, whether NPP or NDC, we shouldn't support some of these things. Election management, or your police for Nejuma, urban elections, security, or your police for Nejuma.
Okay,
you don't have anything to do with macho men and party security. What's the sense of it?
But my main call Amanu Namenye or Prof John Windy answer Inzi Incomoto Embra. Prof, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Prof Mbochapome.
Namenado.
Oh, Christ Adam, Yansu Yehuye Pa. Yeah. Last Friday, you started a conversation. In fact, Yazin Komo Queenima. From Friday up to this time. Are you pleased with how the government and then the security will handle the situation? In fact, the communications around it.
Okay, no problem. I think government has been. We are looking at government, and here we are talking about the three key institutions.
Yes.
The executive, the legislature, and then the judiciary. So we can look at the issue from these three spheres. Government, one would look at government not just the executive. One would look at government not just in terms of the presidency.
Yes.
But also in terms of the state institution. I think the police as an institution, as it stands now, hasn't officially given any notice with regard to whatever has happened. The notice I saw from the police had to do with one of their officials who
was interdicted.
Was seen in the videos, club journalists. But officially, all the general issue about insecurity and the electoral violence, I think the police hasn't yet responded. And for me, it is not the best, because the police is supposed to swiftly respond to give a sense of assurance to the citizens that they are on top of security issues. Because even if whatever happened on the ground smacks of some amount of inefficiency, at least a response from the outfit, of course, the topmost position, in this case the IGP, through his PR, could have given the people the assurance that okay, some lessons have been learned, and of course other things are also going to be done. And so that once that hasn't been done, I don't think it is in the best interest. If you look at the presidency, you would realize that it is individuals who have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am of the utmost conviction that these individuals spoke because media men engaged them, or the media engaged them. So somebody like Shamima Muslim spoke, I think was on CT. The vice president has also spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, even though these individuals are in the presidency and have spoken, for me, whatever they have said or the statements they have made do not reflect the mental frame of the presidency. In other words, it doesn't reflect whatever comment or whatever ideas that the presidency may want to share. And normally, when the presidency shares a particular a particular set of information, it is usually written on that green document that we all see. And since we haven't seen anything of such nature, it means that the presidency itself hasn't yet given any response. And for me, once again, it may come, but if it comes, sometimes, of course, we will see it as too late. In other words, it means that they should have also been swift to demonstrate the fact that the presidency itself does not support whatever has happened, condemns whatever has happened, and then also will give the indication that they are not connected to whatever has happened. Because you see, as it stands now, the narrative that is going on suggests that whatever was done with these thugs who were there, the argument is that these people are being supported by the NDC party, which of course, once it is the party in power, the assumption, or when we stretch the argument, it would appear as though it is the state which is supporting it. So if the presidency comes, it gives people the reason to believe that yes, the state hasn't really authorized anything of such sort. And if the police comes in, I think what it would also give, the assurance that it will also give people is that yes, we may be safe in some other time, given the fact that Akutia is coming up. And then it would also give, of course, those people who foment the trouble to be more careful whenever they move into those spaces where sometimes reruns and by-elections and other general elections are held. In terms of stance now, I was expecting that there would be a response from the executive arm of government. Incidentally, the legislature too, we haven't heard anything from them. The speaker and the parliamentarians, we haven't heard any official thing from them, where they themselves, by virtue of the principle of separation of powers and checks and balances, one would have expected that at this point in time, because they would at this point in time, they would look at how best they can invite the IGP, how best they can invite some state officials to come and answer questions. The police, the head of the police that was deployed over there, the person would have to answer questions. On what grounds did we see the police being unable to handle the thugs who came? At what point did we see the police being unable to resolve the issue between Howard Kumson and then the other people we saw in the video? At what point do we see that the police handling very well let me say, managing the spaces where the elections took place? Because normally during elections, the polling station, they earmark certain points, and those places that are earmarked, the police is supposed to ensure that those places are not more or less included. So if these things are not done, for somebody to move into a space and for people to attack her, and the police found it extremely difficult to handle, then of course it means that they are supposed to answer the question. So we expect that Parliament, yes, for them, if any release will come from them, it's about they giving us the assurance that they are going to put people on their toes by letting them answer questions, and then castigating any group of people who were found not to do anything right. But it appears as though we've not heard from them. As for the judiciary, I don't expect that they would respond, because the ones they check are some over court and stand away to respond. But I think, but for other groups, under the civil society groups, so for them. But if it is about government, the legislature and the executive are critical here in terms of response. And once they haven't responded, for me, I think it is not in the good taste as far as our quest to promote democracy is concerned.
Last Friday, we were talking about this disbandment of vigilantism, and clearly, more not is individually sponsored those people. The interior minister, the perpetrators will not go unpunished.
Yeah.
Can we reconcile these two yɛbɛtumi yɛagye atumi dam as to from Friday bɛsi dɛm ibiri yɛbɛtumi yɛagye atumi dam.
Under the as a stance now, yes, he's the interior minister under normal circumstances. Given what he has said, I would expect that since he has an oversight control over the Ghana Police Service, because the Ghana Police Service works under the Ministry of Interior, one would have expected that the IGP will respond quickly to whatever he has said, and then start start a process where people may be arrested and charged, and then handed over to the Attorney General for prosecution to begin. But as it stands now, the IGP hasn't written anything. So once again, the question is asked: how influential is the Ministry of Interior, right? So, and for IGPs, they need to be checked very well, because sometimes they themselves, they have ways of evading responsibility, and they'll give you so many reasons to suggest that they will not be able to do what you have told them to do, right? And I think that when there are proper KPIs, you can be able to check, right? And it also suggests that there may not be a clear-cut responsibility on the part of the IGP. And when these clear-cut responsibilities are not exhibited, another question we ask is: how powerful or how ready is the president through the minister prepared to even replace this person? Yeah. And sometimes it becomes problematic, and it becomes very, very difficult, because sometimes whoever is even appointed as IGP comes from the camps of these political parties, right? So it doesn't give any assurance with what the minister has said, given the fact that since Friday and the pay, one would have expected at least the weekend they would have worked on it, so there will be press releases. But we've not seen anything. So how true is it that these people will be brought to book, right? So once again, it is well, somebody will say it is where we are, where you see tax getting away with all these acts, right, which promote impunity in our political space.
How dangerous is the trend? Because baby, they decided to take decisions, actions to curtail these happenings. But it seems that every now and then a new government will have people who embrace one as if we can do anything as we want. How dangerous is the trend?
Yeah, it's extremely dangerous. Yeah, extremely dangerous, especially when you listen to the responses that are coming from the political parties, especially MPP. You're listening to Miracles Boaje. Yeah. It demonstrates how risky it is if the state doesn't nip this in the bud. Because they doing a content analysis of what he said. He's gradually telling us that they are going to come back and they are going to retaliate and they are going to do what NBC has done, where indeed, insofar as there were abuses, insofar as the people lost the opportunity of enjoying their fundamental human rights, the MPP coming would make sure these things will continue, because they will not just create the tax. I mean, this is an inference from what he said, because what he said is that they are going to create a tax, and these tax will not just come and then be hanging around. They would act in a manner that would result in the abuse of people's human rights. Yeah. And the question is, if this set for tax keeps on going on, the unfortunate thing is that you may even become a victim. And eventually, the country will not be very, very safe. Yeah. And I think that it's unfortunate. In fact, if you ask me, I will tell you that it's unfortunate that MPP, when these things were happening, even though they had all the opportunity, they couldn't do that. But today you find Bawumia coming in to say that the president should ensure that that thing is stopped. Yes, I agree with him, but he should have also given us the assurance that even though when he was the vice president, nothing happened. When he comes and a similar thing happens, this is what he's going to do. He shouldn't just be saying that because he shouldn't just be saying those things because he is in opposition. Where is the assurance? I agree with him that in fact we should nip this in the bud. But the big question that comes in is that how do we see these things happening? So currently, as it stands now, that the tit for tat should end, and I think it should end with this administration. It should end with this administration.
And do you see the commitment?
Unfortunately, we don't see it. If you look at all that we have discussed so far, where one would have expected that at least the police will come, state institutions will come with official responses. It is not coming. And so the commitment is low, even if it is there, right? And it will behove on civil society actors like you and I to keep on pushing state institutions to get their acts together.
Prof, that's area agree.
At
the appropriate time, no, definitely fall on you again. Now is in common. I'm sure. All right, Ebucha Yanyi Oye Prof John Windy and Sam and Yenyunikezi in common from the University of Cape Coast on the issue of party and other election violence and the commitment from the side of government to curtail it. But also, from the look of things, we don't see the commitment of stopping this party vigilantism or electoral violence in Ghana. But Akutia is just ahead of us. What should be the preparation? For all messages, send for 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 na inzi inkomo. We're also streaming live on Facebook, Kastle 90.3 FM. Joining on Facebook, Kastle 90.3 FM. Now, like the page, share, leave your comments. But Yabobura Oye NPP Munso na Ekozi in Komo. Over the weekend, the former president of the Republic, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, Ozi in Komo Bibebo Tuga. Na ono no twetwe nkrofo na so the how could this be possible? A founding member of the party, na decision bi oma, he will be sidelined, and in fact obey niyo to come out to say it. But yente the conversation and yente in command, the former president of the Republic, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, on being sidelined by the party. Yente no.
Tiwa kokora bi omo eno anim sesio. Anazo mfansa da brema masa to the point say akokora afi aduane shana no ko asek minidi. menya no that stage. And think at least young mammy TB. Ma te ba kompa se mo yan nyama bi nam say. Nya godo no no na menya party ni bi. Think I met me to me hwem. So Ghana a political party, political history. You can say UGCC. But if 47 ba 69 was there. Time nearly power that for Ghana. 2 years, 3 months, Buzia time. Me, 69, maybe 30 years, and be a member of parliament. Be a founding member of Progress Party. 2 years, 3 months, Buzia, I am a deputy foreign minister. I jump on 2 years. With them sick. The team and now the Ashford prison with them 1 year, 3 months. Something that they are causing move behind another detention. But I know I did build a year. From 72 January, I jump on 2 years side, the tradition. There are more power beyond that till 2001. Me am Ukrainian departing by power. 2 terms. Ghana, being see. Anyway, then you're about to say, a young woman, a prepare woman. Na bibi se be kwa na nyame ada o ma me to na ya ba ignore me kura. Mentiase.
So this is former President John Ejekum Kufuor in Koma Ozi on he being sidelined by the party, the NPP party. But in some what do you also make of in summer His Excellency Ozzy Atuga? Because as a former president, or a stake in the party, as a founding member, or stake in the MPP party, but Oban decisions are, then he will be sidelined. Since you can maybe saying there now, the MPP came out before the Ablekuma North elections, runoff, the NPP NEC will call a meeting. Another NEC was decided there. NPP will not participate in the election. Now, what in some numpo what they call court nazi. But later on, the candidates in a way say on the Ossi Obako. So actually the election occurred war Ablekuma not now. The party nankasa, the party was through one support as a party to the candidates in Oniwo. Individuals be wo cry or one internal party politics in wo cry. But going there as a party, what through one support behind the election, then it seems there is a certain disintegration in the party. Certain decisions will take some people are left out. And see, say what kind of money be I been for there? If we are being left out, my yansu and I yantina ho. So His Excellency the former president Ozabo Tuga that he was sidelined. Decisions are as a MPP as a party will take was sidelined one chan. And also on Yakukra Sebe Edibai Sudanum crown also in the not journey the hopper. In Tinkanya crown Bribinya. What the Kotunanima on Unsu Benya a take or a stake. Obetumwa kebi. Now I join chia baby all the water to know that too. But I say penny day. And on ye Sabi penny bian sujan. A former president and a former leader of the party. Now he will be sidelined. It seems the NPP leadership, NPP executive, party executive, national executive, Bibi Rukodo. And I remember, Yanyi Chairman Dankwa Smith, in Unizi in Komo Wahadia, the current leadership of the party, the national executives, say Obiaba another or stand for another election 120 because of feel there the current executive, they have failed the party. Only with regards to the outcome of the 2024 elections. So it could be the certain decisions to be aware. And now, bribi. So yabokwa humano do na ekozi inkomo as producer extraordinaire. Yabokwa humano do na yekozi inkomo aba. Yabokwa humano do yenyi Ora Archibald currently or aspire to be the national organizer of the NPP. Or aspire to be national organizer of NPP. Yen basing come on the President Kufuor ni issue Ozi Abotuga, and then their preparation towards the Akwitia elections are horrible. Inti yanensa kana yen basing in come on that issue. So, but I be my under tell you so I say. Also, there is exciting news from Telecel. More data, same price. Telecel bundles allocations have been reviewed and now offer 10% more data at the same old price. In addition, your favorite 400 Ghana cedis data bundles allocation has increased from 190 gigabytes to 250 gigabytes and does not expire. Exclusive to Oya Telecel. So simply dial *700# or *530#. Now access a variety of unbeatable data deals on Telecel. Telecel connecting energies. But empempre wo yajumakubi wo ya sor wo pe transport another wo pe hen na wozi etukwan ekedi wonu dwuma bi a ba men kan for Kastle transport in farm mall or a car rentals a wa ba oye ogwa mensinimu central regional ye reliable a baby a pede ko bia na yanyo boko ya no bu nsu defom kra ya offer 24-hour service nso enti bra Kastle FM ha na enyim penfum botwetwe inkomo for enquiries and I bottom safra home 0244 406 500 or 0552 490 241 for further enquiries. Kastle Transport, your Jenny are priority. Yanyi Ora Archibald Gamo Quality Inkozi Inkomo aspiring national organizer for Oye NPP. All right, but good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Niniana. Apom today.
Guys, I do my car. Maybe the ones who are me.
Mapom, papa. Me da Kastle FM.
Yes, yeah, that's the part.
Me jamu izuma for ne. On my move for.
Okay.
Via me via na MPP for you.
Once you are Jodopa. But before we get into the conversation, how is the campaign going?
Oh well, as you know, MPP KG need delegates. Because we have not gone to conference to elect new delegates.
Yes.
But we have existing delegates. Their term expire. And the company there. The brain name almost the 276 constituencies.
Okay.
The minimum adding kaka. Na me church needs here. The person Yamea do not say will be nomination. Me and Sumeko na member of party. Na party no. That's one of my because me who say honestly, party na ye woman name. Party na ajija because you need direction. Na the executives they should be able to organize the party to win an election.
All right, but Nyabitel, as currently you feel that party as NPP party no or disorganized?
Me can't say disorganized. Because I can't say it is disorganized. It's not disorganized.
Okay.
But When him say, you have a house. Now a captain, as a captain, it takes a brave person to wake the captain up so that you can move on. The captain in Yejuma here, then you have to replace the captain and look at who can be the captain of the ship as a commander. It is so that you can go to war and win an election. When I say election, it's an idea solution. But don't hear me.
Okay,
It's about idea and how you can be able to lead your people to overcome your opponent. As a one to me and yes, I am in United, not and one is a tram with a good move, and one is that you are calling for your own defeat. Anything I may say, there's no direction, but the party is well united. It is not disorganized.
So, are you disappointed with the performance of the party, the 2024 general elections?
Well, there is an open secret there. Everybody is well angry, not just unhappy, but very angry at the way we have lost the election. Call a buy one more appointment. One more dear ministers, CEOs, DCE. Woman no dear Hammo. Party no hoy, party no and this cow baby. It is those who have been appointed in government. And I'm here then. Party na manenya holding work the polling station. Ye wa opposition in 2016. Nkofo di one more sika e di boa party na manenya then. Enya power. San nkofo no bebre wo ho a omo fusi abedi kase because ya appoint the government officials no. Obi eni ho a wa fre wo mo eda na se kra say oh ya da mo say why is say amaye. Enya president ne ba be you. Who appointed no na as I said who and I will share party for. And now who as I said will financiers or move party no who as I will say Jumano. But any now now say Yashi, but why the one our executive CEO over to like them say Unyashi. 10 year cramp on who akatio. You pay a Unyano at least and you will pay an Audiano. Within the year Juma Moko Dinao, and I win the year Juma son, I appoint you Emma obey you. And it's a amount 5,000 crap. At least you see 10%, you know, you should know where you are coming from. And then they found one from Amunia Day. Almost Omunia a partner. Then you know they can appoint all of us. What do you say? You say one year position, not a white jack party net to war. Why never Tinabe? Why never Tinabe? When you know, say, and yes, just disappointment, but people are really angry at the party people who were appointed and the people who led this party into a disarray. Oh, they say me pray national organizer. From 2016, you 169, and I did abide by. After that, 2020, we reduced our seats from 169 to 137. And memory, we are having only 87. 88 Banipa Bakwe. 87. How on earth will it be said that the number 169 and what was it 88? If the commander is not good, this is what happens. The ship will sink. So for us not to sink, the unified party will look for somebody who will be able to do the work properly. Now, young fire from infra. A buying, I did Babano, a buying bet here from 4. But I was hear me. A buying bet here from 4. Now, Musu, or Munia Gise, or my Juma. To be anywhere where Juma GBC, Wako Jacka, no FM station. I don't know what.
Debbie,
if you hear Juma, the be away Juma, I honor your day. Unyaka Chao. School feeding. Tell a man who will school feeding. Yet, Muka. But don't be so be on this car. Just common one. These are just common ones I will. The school feeding car at the one coffee. I'm an Unya Edia. Why won't you have your police station in the electoral area?
When would they lose election into Obi and Pedro invest into it, Anna?
Then we should not be crying, say we have lost Big Sky. But that would hear me.
All right.
It is not the issue, say. One who say you better lose. Why let him say you better lose? Who have the empirical evidence and son a co-election? Then you know you need to say you better win it. And to me, Minko Semisika. What you are saying? That was the whole issue of Ebaya and Kofoya then Omontianko Yejuma. Because almost feel say Abaya I was idiot. Yeah, breaking it. Now breaking the 8 now you the mantra and by Ebaya. We could break the 8 if we really put our hands together. And one is on platforms stages and they didn't come on. Break the 8, we are jumping into the roof. Break the 8. Yeah, they are look at the Our actions haven't spoken about it. Our actions did not go as to what we are thinking. Say the party must break the 8. Now you know the candidate, CEO, ministers, DCE, candidate number no be now you FM for on the way in this for your they have divided the country into many folds. And a teacher, executive too, everybody was working. The candidate was moving with a set of people. That was why they were able to win the elections against us. Russia, when we elections are moving, they only have added 100,000 to the previous elections, to 2020 elections. They are retaining Yendiana. We could have added more than the 100,000 because the free SHS, it will have given us more. Because the youth will have followed us and vote for us by any number. And one is break the 8. They have full platform. The full platform is sir Eddie Chenkafo. Yes, sir. Here. Now I tell you money open. Constitutional secretaries are not working because nobody is calling them. Regional secretaries are not working because nobody is calling them. National secretaries are following candidates. And why they have to be able to sit down and plan for the party to win an election? Candidate. How do we win an election with that character? And no, as a national organizer, I will change that status quo. It will not happen under my watch. We need to work as a team.
Okay.
You have come to take a position as a constituency executive and now electoral area coordinator. What room? And now police station executive. The reason why you have come, you have to deliver. You have to deliver. And how do you deliver? I must be able to provide you with the logistics. I have to do a follow-up on it and see the but don't hear me. So this is one of the reasons that you're losing elections. We don't have that. We did not have direction. The party is united, but we never had direction as a matter of fact to run the campaign. Do bizarre. Say, is the party disunitary? I said no. The party is well united. But as a matter of fact, we never had a direction. We left the candidate to be doing his own thing across the country.
And the direction, offering for ba, wamba, and we hear a total overhaul of the leadership, Anna.
Direction is supposed to come from the national, and yet the police station in the direction that the national officer. That is why the base is a police station. The base is broader. You see, you call a court. What did Atukuba told us? So you win elections at the polling station. You don't win elections at the coalition center. If you bring a direction from the national through the region constituency to polling stations. So if you have not given direction, then your army men are just there lying fallow without work. That is one of the reasons. That is the reason. So we need an overhaul. I am praying that I should become a national organizer. If I am the national organizer, I will put my plans before the committee and I will enforce it that it is done. I will make sure it is done. So I will provide the direction. Me come what you say, me, I have come not because of my selfish interest, but I've come for the party first. The party ninya ne dibra, and I miss manya me homie. Now one moment the party na chinometi me priya. But if the party is out of power, what can I do for them? There's nothing. So I will provide a direction. And I'm saying that the direction was the reason why we lost elections. Not because we don't have what it takes to win an election as NPP. Just imagine since 1992, when we have mobilized ourselves through to come and win with Kufuor, what Kufuor did. People have suffered. People used their own money. And from this, when direction was given, we won elections. In the same manner, in 2004, direction was provided. We won elections. In 2008, direction was provided, but it really meet the actual means. We lost elections by dint of just a matter of time. You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way that we have mobilized, regroup ourselves in a manner that the direction was given by the national. And 2016 we won an election. If you look at 2020, our vote came down because the candidate was moving and the national executives were not doing the actual. So the vote has to come down because the direction that they were giving, it is not up to the roof. And this one cried, excuse my language. And yet, direction didn't free number. And the minimum say, as a national organizer, no, you must provide a direction. And that was not given. Until minimum say, the different mommy as a national organizer, I will be able to organize the party work and give direction. Because it's the organizer who bring on board people to vote. It is not the general secretary. It's not the chairman. It's a duty of the organizer to bring on board people to support the party. So if you don't listen to the organizer's direction, that means that you are looking for your own doom. Why don't you hear me?
Okay.
So it is the organizer that has to do the deeper work. The deeper work.
So then it means what President Kufuor said in an interview is true reflection of what is going on. That he has been sidelined.
Well, he is speaking. I am not the one who I am. Me come on, but on one eka he is the sideline. So no can say na me to me can say you have a sitting president who has experience since 1970s through 90s and to win election in 2000. You must know that he is one of your council. He is livid and is livid. You need him to give you advice. You need him to counsel you for what to do. Because you see, I drink the gray hair is wisdom. And this man has gotten that wisdom, which of course we need to tap from it. They say, no, or the ya say and consult na. Not just a near con party, the party, and the name. And nothing or the Baba Abonti ever can our Bonti say. That I can attest to it. Say after 2000 elections now, 2008 elections I think consultation has been with him. And no can only me winning 2016 elections. And then a new crop of executives. You will know consulting. So that he can come out with his own ideas. Oh, Nemo Pesabu ye, a bemaya Mwaya say, in the end, sister, and answer a year, a bebwayan, whom me and Fancoya are drinking. Now also, Niente Udi, a proposal, no banana, what's telling and he also understands and move on with you. This or the yaw say, young friend, your consultant. Then the agent say, it is bad on our side. Say, Yantinini and Yadan and Tenacity as a secretary. But I'm sure, say, there's a way to patch all these issues out. You better meaning no at Nasty. You party no better meaning at Nasty. Man, you hear say, or no, so a so family, or the bed brain.
On yet a serious dent on the NPP that a founding member, once upon a time a president, of the Republic. Na obaban decisions na there, he will be sidelined and obediawa in his conversation or Okan before the party leadership will listen to him.
But I be that question in you.
Missy, is it not a dent on the NPP party that a founding member and once upon a time a president of the Republic and also from your party that the party leadership or he will be sidelined to come out and say it?
Oh, I don't think there is a dent. Let's say the Constitution has its own definitions of how things are organized in a party.
Okay.
National Council, no, is part of the National Council, and there's a quorum. So a decision can be taken plus or minus him.
Okay.
It is never a dent on the party. But
me too, pa.
It is not a dent on the party because we are working with Constitution, and the Constitution says 1/3 of members present can form a quorum. And they said constitutional, they can go ahead and do whatever it is, but it is a wisdom that you have to derive from him. There are a lot of founding members who are not part of council. They are founding members, but they are not part of council. But you only need to consult and take advice that here from Ono. But Jimmy, it will never be as a negative on the part of the party doing without him. It is a respect. It's a say in
okay.
And only you have to respect what your father says, but you also have your way of living your life. But what you are here, it's a dent in India. I don't think it's a dent on the party.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, talking about the constitution of the party, in the Onchibia, Obako, a conference, towards amendment of the constitution. And you find free that you are falling short that you need an amendment.
Oh, you see, conference there's been proposals and I sent a proposal which has been received. There's a next meeting going on, National Security Council meeting going on to look at the proposals and buy towards the conference. Minimum the part to send for conference. But proposals are we will need to look at what exactly the party is looking for. And a direction will be provided by the second highest body, NEC, National Executive Committee, to send the whole proposal that has been collated, the National Conference, which of course is an extraordinary conference on the 19th. I think the amendment is like some of us are saying, there must be a broad-based approach to electing flag bearer and parliamentary pieces. Because because the House or the delegates are very few. And I called Danesi Kastle who has the highest paid, and we have not been able to select quality materials and the winning. So we are all looking at all card-bearing members should be able to vote. But as a matter of fact, me as an organizer, all card-bearing members voting. It will have to take a time for us to get the actual data of party people. Because NDC 4 years, now young NPP for no. It been much register a delegate a register. So for us to have that data, we need a time to be able to get a clear-cut party people. So for interim, main proposal is say we should get 15 people at the polling station. Now, another boy a broad-based approach. Now, and woman, they will come in to elect the constituency executive, and they will come in to elect flag bearer and then parliamentary aspirant. Left to me, this is amendments I made me say it would have been better. But believe you me, the national estimates say the 5 should be retained and they add 2 to it to make it 7. So some amendment no back to there, and me I can't know until the meeting is over. And also there is an approach there. We should have an early conference or early congress.
Yeah.
That is what's on the table now. So that we can have the presidential candidate elect before we come in to do the election for constituency, region, and national.
And how do you see that move?
Because the candidates as potential flag bearers are trying to buy people here and there. A whole lot of stocks are coming and whatnot. And I know every master say yet me candidate new year na obia tia koda. But I also have a detrimental issue to us. Me maximum no ebia na yes idea na every party no bejo. But will that give effect to the polling station executives, constituency executives, the regional executives, to be able to have the flex? I mean, I made the candidate buy and me ko yejuma. Am I with the power? It has 2 coins. It has a 2-coin way. It has a positive and a negative aspect of it. But in 24, this is what they want. I cannot say it shouldn't be. Because we want unity in the party, and we want the pressure our party on and then. So if they want to do it that way for the pressure to go down, why not? Can also be done. I don't have any issue with such arrangement.
Oh, okay. Now, just Friday, yana you free Abrekuma not. You call one MPR recently offering me the constituency. I quit by elections in Babado. How is the party preparing for that by election? I mean, taking instance from Abrekuma North.
Hello.
Now, maybe sir, the by election at Babado. One party Akwitia MPR and the Washrenunkwa. Definitely by election Babado. Yehuza OC or Abrekuma North. How is the party gearing for that election?
Okran for na ya me drum pa memory. I sympathize with the family. Or you know, they are very young. Papa free. Yeah. Nyami penny. Nyami abodi die. On one and him die over bed and what the fun after. So the dinakwa. Kuse ne de mama ebusia fo. Party ni ahunbwa dia. Ahunbwa o hwehwe no. They mean to me can't inform when because I feel na neck dream as to how they will want to go to the Akosia by election. But Abrekuma North 19 police station running. So I will ask to say the party should sit very, very well and plan properly. Answer na we need to plan properly. Nyama bi wa enye for public consumption.
Okay.
The main to main kind of air. But a blue swa near your betting yeah, party for a party national. We'll do our best. And I particularly will do my best in that direction.
Do you think the party no buffer because now we're confident Ablekuma not until the party came out or back at the election no crowd won't call then the candidate say chila or ye akwitia what happened at the last election court na the boom
Minya yeah so me can say na party no Ablekuma North 19 police station I running party in my lose because they yamba out and the cancer young call young contest. You sure say who will rebel me about the two abanama. But many wine party say me and a announcement a party for anti-media member to Obama Obama. By him, and no just say you lose our city now. When we need to go to court and contest the issue. Because
Ablekuma not.
Yes, we should go to court and contest it because the CI 127 has not mandated the electoral commission to rerun an election, which has been run already. If you go for rerun, you need to seek permission from the court. The court will have to give good direction and stand over to have a rerun. It's it's against the constitution. It's a fraud. It's a fraud the constitution. What you are saying? So we will have to go back to court and lay injunction on the elected candidate FNBC. Yet me aside, and I will go back and then fight it in the court and go for and see the outcome. So we have not lost that election.
Okay.
We have not lost that election. If we sit down, then means that we have given it up to them. But let me tell you, sir, Akutia is one of our seats. It flip-flops. Baba Jama Rebedi. And the NDC is the D. NDP is the D. Now I'm sure, say, with the kind of leadership and John Mahama, Eddie Buomine, and you know, him say, and Koye. Almost 24 hours. 24 hours, however. 24 hours, almost the year, the noise will come. And where he found. Yes, say, yeah, but 331. 331, they were in for. Teacher for, you ever find another 2 teacher for, and I shift running shift. Government workers, they said they will add another 2 layers of working hours until the whole country will be running 24 hours. Where do we have that? And yeah, every woman offices. You have sacked over 1 million people. So how can you tell me, say they are ruling the country well? We need to give them that power to get that seat into their fold. That is in there. Me sure say, Akotiafo him say, Abano MPP. So they will make sure they give it to MPP. We will not sit down and say, but we will work for it and make sure say we are next the seat for the party.
Well, honor the party one kada one call what one be shim. But under me be said as a party I will declare the one call now walk election no and now walk court and one nature because party you didn't file or you didn't go.
Yes, the candidate went. It is not the party that attended the election.
Yes.
The party says we are not going, we are contesting it at court. What they are saying. The party has not sanctioned the running of election. So they have the right to go back to court.
Okay.
Because of the press conference, they have stated the same court. So if the woman went because of course she has a face on the ballot, and also you see has also printed the ballot with her picture.
Mm-hmm.
So if the picture is there, then she will want to go there and fight for her right. I don't know, yeah. So the party has a right to go back to court.
Okay. Political Asafuache.
Yes, my brother.
Thank you very much for your time.
Part ni dono wo makoma so pa my yedma on national I yedma bebre ama party since 2002 up until now, and the experience manyano I need to use that experience a bad boy and I from winning power. If you see me the contest, I'm not just getting after me that contest, but I have tested it and I have tasted it and I know say let me hear Juma. Alaji Bamba Oba national organizer. Now me a campaign manager. O winning and minini Juma. Even team. Oyani all con campaign and minini the coy. And a muamunya booty. Jankwa Smith booty. Men are minini in the whole country.
Okay.
And now winning first vice chairman. He's acting as the national chairman. In my area, central region for. In the central region for a group so much me be in here. As I said, that is my second home. That is my second region.
I believe that then Ababa is in Komo ye. Ababa Central Region is in Komo.
No problem.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it for your time.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, so Ebusenyi Archibald Gamo Kolete do now friend of political Asafuache, aspiring national organizer for the NPP, and I kozi comment on the various issues concerning the party. I believe that the party leadership will hear a total overhaul. Exactly 16 minutes past the hour of 3. Waso bremibi ma menje wadwenkyere kakra on nkoma yezi from Oye President Kufuor Ninsama Wakam. He's been sidelined by the party, the Ablekumanot, the fallout of Ablekumanot elections, Akwitia, an election also coming in. 0244 408 046 0244 408-354. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, family.
Yes, sir.
My name is Tedane.
Christ Adum Hunemboko.
Oh, the Nyamias. But I'm still to we are.
Yamiadum Nuipa.
Yo, but your quan is Mintia Manai.
All right.
Yo, we better to move in.
Okay.
MPP party no way to get them in one. But the song when Boban and a bee. None the bee, none the song when a Boban. If you them why you come, why you want to rally ma. Yane papa alankash or customer ba umiarba or caste from where ye a one party started with Dija. Into from Dino Obian from Bonebi. I know I'm a party with Dija. Share President Kufuor, near MPP party and all on party with Mukia. And when me can acquire young can look up for a baby on consort or be uncashing chain. No mind why you be. The penny to are the penny to I have a family could be doing pa illusion. 2 months and Waba Kato. Nene Bino was a party when you need the party without saying Yami.
Yamenka was so good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Guama.
Yes, boss. What
was it, boy?
Okay.
I'm not doing your life. Doing your life. Pamela.
Yeah.
I'm paying before actually with a why you deep up. I'm there about my Pina Gufado, our contest and the Ball and Casino. Mobile India, India, I want to support. Now, my people support to be the man all and Kaka. Because our party, you pay down to me, could be more blue. Pamela, the man of Papaliano. Except Papana, now put you on the ma. MP, a president of Corona, $5 of Corona. Papa, oh, why you do a party? And I kept a funny person and tell what you have a circle. Party is party, 20 and I'm in the Mukanana, I'm not a in the milking. Pamela, I'm not into the Gandhi because they can't young people for only the way the man is no, on your Pobiana. On money to give with them, because of my brother said today. Far over other money. On point, on money we improve to do. I tell about people for the picture of our former president to have a simple day, over for Ghana, which I want. For the master illusions from them. Oh, then go over the woman, I'll probably. No, I am him. I am him. Not I am at him at this woman. I'm the color of money. I'm going to share them. Oh, yeah. But the master member, interviewing. I will other I the day of play. I don't know to all. I am passing off fire. It's a painful forward. It's a passing out small.
All right.
I said, so many customers. They will take them. But you know, you pass. I'll come to call. I never can get phone of call.
Wako as individual, one call as party sanction, one day one call. Okay. But I say, obviously, good afternoon.
Papa.
Yes, sir.
Something about me. I'm playing with Brazil.
All right, me too.
What you Papa, why are they waiting in the full? Mampain, Biara, or Pain, Bia, will finish that Obliazi, never has not said, on Pia or Can, if you have to. No, we ain't to your pain, yes, party that. So be more come pay to our party, and to be answer them. They have free party. They have okay here for, and that's it.
Master, that's it. Maybe Jennifer.
Hello, member.
Aha, me too.
Yo, mbona dumawa.
Ejuma that's it.
Yo. Unim say MPP for omunti afutu. Ahumma so no be ye omude. O say papa na won ne kasa ye no. Ke sema na oka. Ahumma so no tumi ni didi omuti e ma ahumma so be ye omude. Na nka so bi aka be 1 week or 2 weeks nya beto aba. Musi ya tufu wali. Yekeka na mbokin paluta o sisifia ni bi e sa de kire ye. No bi ekoyi good bar e de betre TV so o sika botumi akoto Chelsea o sadien. Oh, ahumma sasa ahumma bo mu na mu branch executive mpo omo ya ahumma so. Inti party ni de won se me Kastle akotiara ye ko no won. MPP for mu chu mu tan o ma fe lusu because obi aniwa yeti Ghana he okoto aba odi ama losing party omo what third MP for parliament. What be that? Okoto aba ma MP omo ne president so no di puntu di media ko omo constituency MP and president wa report omo koto aba ma no o me wini o NDC be wini nti MPP for there me say party wrong ye go from branch to national. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Onya 30 years Obaba president for MPP who will do work.
But I say last but one caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so some for choka crow. Today Dama a voice president former president for a voice or can dabe.
And come out already recently, yeah.
Recently, yeah. Because when here national is 17 and the pay adom for 1 year interview or carry dam Kastle or ya Kastle that do be no one that waka forward dapa president Kufuna for champion in Ghana hane former president Akufo-Addo woni Ghana hade into dam voice na wabonda ya Kastle that do be a waka first of all dam 2024 election ekwe major endorse one main endorse ba umebia after that new year so dam you see yes say major obembi Inti mu hindi na obakede na se ebia we bibia mpenifo won former president Kufo eye bi mu ahyeda wa ka fadama voice wada abotum wode wapere wode say bibia na bibia so aye no kwa.
Okay, but I say last caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Uncle.
Yes, boss.
Uncle, good afternoon.
Boss, in Bachamete won kapa.
Uncle. Ili ebeda president Kufo ase wo. Ni ya wuzi awezi. Na hope say MPP for so be tie no mo tie ni wi. But Uncle, I hope say we nya first time e bi esi. Kwa ma jalo susu e bi si we NDC. The best set to both party ya ma on fanya politics. Obi a mu panyin no wofi. No one judge to panyin no fanya on party ni yi. That's it.
Maso, say. All right. Ebusemi ntumfa ofrefu bia bill for now. Fetch 'em just for now. but my son maba na me bubu ahoma na atuma mo na abane yezin komo but for now is the fetcham mentum mbu ya ahoma no ntum ya the text message another WhatsApp message for bra na yezin komo. Ben, good afternoon.
Kwamina.
Na bibi aboko
Raze Zachen Rabri so yamfana asidam fama.
Yes.
Na menchia ite for where it say Kastle FM. Kastle 90.3 FM Ogana no fanza na nyinara. Mejizi de obiara no huye na mfa kwanje duna menchia egwezefo merbana kotokraba gum wae me obiara ton naze as it has always been. Nti yabado bo adas na menchia the rank and file of NPP amanyuku numu adeshe nkakrama na mpanyinfo inara mara mensin abra asebu kwa mankase polling station officers therefore suraba hen constituency officers chairman Obed na honorable Mrs Naomi Ej Kunedu, one of the active and vibrant constituency officers wadano na minchi mara mo former MP or my current boss still Honorable Elvis Morris Donko. There na watch you abra save kwa mankase onyini mensin yeridi misese ekro ABNB. Oye na priority just as you are aware. The Obama constituency no youth resource centers. One of which are our Asebu Eriko Abakrampa Uhiabakwenumu no. We are on it. Interneda yabo na yakwe kasa sir eho to put situations in shape. Now we also have a plan. They are about to say imebun awo abra sebu kwa mankase ahona wo peda wo enter into agri business in particular nye kwa yake kenemum kwa ye na numu nkontebu wotum de skaba fi ahona wo peda wo ye fish farming poultry piggery na zina or skura we see that they under his excellency na nado dan kwa Akufo-Addo na oguda orye nti we are facilitating on chair abra sebu kwa mankase obenya news no and obi biara na waji the madden would encourage the Honorable Elvis Nedaiso and Ogudu Dado because before he became a member of parliament, say aware, he was not only a philanthropist but not a youth resource personnel. Now why a youth person for the UN was now serving quite a number of foreign NGOs in so many other constituencies. This time around, I extended the same offer, not only to AAK, but to Asin South, Asin Central, Asin North, and then Cape Coast South and North. Into Yarbon pay the E Oboye payo. As American Dama, I would want to especially thank God for the life of NPP paying for and an answer election year. I was following your program, Bra Meribano. For whatever reason, they would not identify their persons, but we don't think they are a part of the electoral process. What to go in paying for you now? What brought one poto? They weren't people that were supposed to be there. And I would not want to pick sides on political terms, but I think that are a shame to the Republic.
Yaboko on
to the Republic. Something that
electoral violence.
Yes, we think that it should be put behind us. Okay. Yeah,
but that's it. But the upcoming party election, the
upcoming party election. Which of the party elections?
NPP, internal party positions.
AJ Suman, party reorganization has been the priority of every Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
Saying that Ghana has accepted multi-party democracy, and actually in multi-party democratic system now, every party needs to organize from the very low levels or vice versa. And as a proud member of Osuna Manyukono, I mean, why will I exempt myself any day? I've always advocated for policies that are the best. So I would also push up people who can help implement those policies. Okay. And myself, I am resourced enough, I am capable enough, I am mentally strong enough. Them also machine na me pushy policies. And why I would put myself up for such
for election
any day,
any position,
any day.
I have a position you would want to go.
You see, one beautiful thing about my political career is I've always resorted to listening to the party leadership. And one of my primus political stage was just in recent past election. I mean, the last constituency elections. I was so fresh in the election. I had about 46%. I mean, my fresh election. We were two. The other party person, I mean the other camp person, no, I politics for so many years had about, I think, the rest of the vote. I think that Obiara Wanebir, and this time around, we believe that the party is not only up to win the next election, but up to put things in place. Amagana for win Ahotodo or Amanyo, and then that's what we want to aim at.
But I see. Okay, Chief.
Yes, man.
Akaba.
Yenia.
Bibi aboko.
Yes, man. Nyankopon wa ye na afamize. Nyamena dum bibia da no kwando. Yehwe amembo pa John Dramani Mahama. Ozama Ghana fo. In fact, and this amanyoku ba banemu on cherry. Namom bosom esiana erukone sonu mu anyi. Ahoto na abo oman Ghana mu no. Ghana ni bia nanyi so. Ghana ni bia Jenbamba and Ghana ni bia want to abama NDC 2024. Ma MPP for the atro some shenemu. There Jomama ba bibi fufu bia lon kodin. The membly the mukofun po we nu ho. When ya nchenda so ye boto aba. Na ncha was ho aba na aba ka John Dramani Mahama ho. Major Mahama 57%. Era ncha nkofu we nya 38. Che obenya 12%.
Aba 38.
Oh, Master, it was 38%. I like 38. I feel forgotten that. But Nini Nemuno, Nini Nemuno, Mana Yeshani Ahoto, Mayeshani Yezi. Uncle, in some ways to Kroma Ho. Yet to Kroma Hana Kufado Bezad, they also both protected the public purse. Odu baby shedding also. Most my mayor for form one permanency or the Mutia Mayer cow. Uncle. Well, I never know trying to call from that year all backdating to 2017. In some ways, we kroma ha papa. And then Jalaji 38 to so obey.
It was ruled that unconstitutional.
And I made sure there. Sanyamia in the now for fear. In Chakufa, the Bosha Jumeza, and use man with them, not the Tian Hoka Wambra Ghana for Yan to Abama Rebecca Kufado. All but over Shahan border. Also protected the public purse. And then Chayatahan, Alaji 48. Waba. Also Mutua Samira Baomiaka. Oh, yeah, in changing that Alaji 38 in or Ramatu Baomiaso.
I don't know.
Okay, in your American channel. Oh, and in Cremofuso, they are entitled to marry 4 women. In Tiatan, Alaji 38, Asana Kowalebina, no butcher and your no man Nanako. Sanya Ghana fo. Nanya me show one as in, or show mu. My year twitching my yam badum wasan is a sa benuma. Uncle, in Chay and Timety. All right. Yeah, then Yamasi. Then says Uncle. The membry a noya sefimia who oya homato. There, Mbra ye woman. Kastle Ibenya bebun more than one nam there only defend the NPP. For what reason? Are we thinking of our own future? The policies are John Dramani Mahama and NDC Zegwa Akwemia or Buam Bebuni. We still have some of the youth in Ghana roaming from one station to another that they are defending a failed political party.
But
like
you also
NPP.
Defending your party.
I defended NDC
yes.
When we went to opposition because Nana Dodan Kwakufado and MPP promised us heaven. At the end of the day, Nana, even policy papa in Abakade Akufado from 2017 Zabayi or benefit time now. Do ye infrastructure, do ye social media, no more hinza. What infrastructure can you
policy be about
what infrastructure can you mention? Kwame na kwafu pedo with infrastructure able to my mention be in the kebi. And in my masisiala wa tomodo kra. My brother enjoy fi Eke kwani bian ye episode mfia wotwe wa benim eke full tay na men ye sure the sort wa wo ba man kwan man chende open program ya nche we roko na every Morris Donko, that's the former MP, and he doesn't have a single track record. Ewa Abra Sebu Kwaman Kase constituency mu. Nyame ayado mande. Abra Sebu Kwaman Kase fu wenya MP. Papa. a osan so ye minister fellows ofosu kwache mpunto ole bakuro mbisanala mbebu na onam ofosu kwache do busuma esie yele mu bisanala when your opportunity ye adwuma ibinum we kan da menyo kese we adwuma o Bank of Ghana because of ofosu kwache ibinum kwa Environmental Protection Agency because of ofosu kwache ibinum le ye adwuma o Passport Office ibi wa National Identification Authority ibinum wa Health Insurance
when you from AAK
because of ofosu kwache the capable and competent MP na AAK fuwenya no. And I heard him saying no mbobi ozere kwama oli AAK amebi abaka Cape Coast South no na AAK na lampo wentuma ebe senior don't let us do this to ourselves.
Chief Yaya
nyamina dominant odin shira sonku de me oda aba e ma ye when this wa banim masa na yewo ofosu kwachi as MP
Chief Yaya
for the good people of AAK.
All right,
and you are here
saying what? All right, Ebusa high Kastle 90.3 FM. You good are using komo on into this is just prelims. But our message is in number 0244743143. Yeah, the text message, another WhatsApp message for bra. You're streaming live and so our Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM. Into joining in live our Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM. Then YouTube Kastle 90.3 FM. Now for comment for to share and then like the page. But Ben, remember how do Yako Ablekuma North Yaba yenim ma or transpire our Ablekuma North violence. I mean you enzema osi. Can we move forward as a nation? You Zawesi simple even more than this. Our previous election. Why are we still seeing violence in electoral process? For one second to about why?
Your brother Suman, Majid today it's for designing enough any day, especially see mounted the podium called Memahudo na ye hore kasa. More often than not, won't say kasa nkeke, would say subana or take kasa nature. It appears to me the NDC has almost monopolized electoral violence. Now, what can with so much impunity? As if there, the more it continues, the more of favor one. But let me sound this so clearly to them as a Ghanaian. We are not interested. And the new patriotic party will not join them in that war.
I also West Wagon. It wasn't NDC then in power.
You see, the instance of this electoral violence, yehuno or friend then, and an answer. Hey, just man, recount the whole thing from where it started and how it landed. Security forces who were giving up members of the new patriotic party to be beaten. We saw instances of members of parliament outgone were focusing on their electoral or friend then play. And then people from wherever had to rush in to pick them out and beat them. This is what we are talking about. The instance of the case Ayehunu Ayewase wagon was one of the condemnable acts. As a Ghanaian citizen, I believed the nation should have risen above. It was after Ayewase West wagon. And then because the NPP had learned good lessons, we had to protect electoral dignity when we went to Asen North. So yen tumu kodara infa the case of Ayewase in a yardstick. The NDC should accept that act there. It was so inhuman, something they shouldn't have dared to do. In here Asen North, only the most recent by-election Ayekwaya. What was the violence we saw? If the NDC thinks that Areto BR or the water, they should remember that the lives they are dealing with, or Ghanaians in particular. And so if on any day the NDC should pride themselves with electoral violence. We are not interested as Ghanaians. And the NPP, and no, what the former Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Bahamudu Bawumia said. And the man has proven that electoral violence is never a thing in his blood. Yeko elections 2024. What wasn't anticipated? For peace sake, in the history of Hen Republic, Bawumia gave the earliest concession. And that was because without that, there could be tensions rising. In fact, people within the NPP, some even have shared their views today, will believe that Bawumia's early concession must have been damnable to the party. But some of us, peace-loving as we are, believe also that ne acting is a symbol of a peace-loving citizen. What is the essence of a country and government if there is chaos and war? In countries now, why way to you see how things are going there. And how our will take advantage of certain situations in their countries. You saw the situation in Libya. At least we saw Burkina Faso. We've seen the situation in Ivory Coast. And see, who on earth would pride himself with anything violent any day? Yereboko, our friend, and Akwetia Tidema, Erica. And I believe that, look, Ghanaians are willing to exercise their electoral franchise without war. On Cherry, I think subsequently after Ascent North, now His Excellency the current president will make his statement today. When it comes to electoral violence, no political party beats the NDC. I don't know on what terms, but I would want not to believe there. This statement, no mine, is encouraging some political functionaries within the NDC to take arms in their hands.
But as the current president or can see him there, one can in vacuum or can based on in Komobi.
Of course, nobody makes a statement in a vacuum. But at any point, you read the context of that statement. And at any time, you give credit to whether or not there, this statement no make if it has had negative effect on Omanena, whether he would retract or call his people in order or to order. I don't think it is a matter we should even sit here and deliberate about today. What has been would respect the electoral process. They will go if they have to cast their vote. I mean, there are timelines. There hasn't been any communique as to when and how and what. No. So as a party, they go. What we believe is that Ghana is today practicing democracy. Yawa Benim in the last 8 years of. And this Wawa Benimida for 8 years. Nothing is new under the earth. I hope you know that. We defeated the NDC historically. A certain president, Olusi or Bin Lucy Bida, and that history can never be unwritten. That history can never be rewritten. Obia you are before a victim to that. Mahama pe no yes certain president washing shorts to them. I mean Olusi lose to them. So if the NDC has forgotten themselves, at least history should be reminding them. But the reality is that, my brother Yote, clearly, he has demonstrated there. Just last 2 weeks, who pictures and videos be abontina of Ozukwachis or Kache, or friend and Bert and others were Bradfield Hospital. Cheap combat Bewesi. Ask him who built it. Honorable Elvis Morris, don't go. Abra Sebu Kwamankasi Akwan, no single road in NDC since 1992 was one saka to completion. Every road in Abra Aseb Kwamankasi, and we say this with all humility, was done by the NPP. Every single road. Road Ibiara Anudo Etutu Nde Aenis Wabakano was done by the NPP and currently is under construction by the NPP. Before we went to elections 2024, most of the road, including the Amos Mada Abakrampa roads, were all on construction. In the same day, onyim history of AAK. Na onyim shemfa, he should spare us. And let me tell him, Ofosukwachi is not the first member of parliament or a minister Wabra Asib Kwamankeso. There was a first instance of my own uncle, J.E. Afo. He was an MP for 4 years. Nothing, no show. No show. No, you see, Yabakado, damn time and the MPs were not given all the liberty to do project and all that. But Ofosukwachi becoming a minister of state. So maybe send what has been the importer. If I want to list people and the Honorable Elvis, what were all of these institutions or maybe he should be shy. But if that is the political discourse I would require, we would wish them well. Because citizens under to home happen. When we be brave, their brothers and sisters are in those institutions in the if you do not know. And you know I'm the personal assistant to the MP. So I listen to him with so much, but I have to give him the liberty of communication. Or enough but clearly, on this case of Akwetia, NPP, we are condemning the act to say an answer. We are singing the chorus of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We have no plan for war. And we will not sit anywhere to say there. And decide the Madi Waha. They don't have monopoly over violence. So you have to catch one. No, it is not in our interest. If the NDC thinks that the way to rule Ghana is to ensure that Ghana is in chaos, is to ensure that things are condemning in the past. Get me right. Things are abandoning order that don't know or putting measures in place. Subsequent by elections, them cases in the that the NDC came to applaud national security after the Synod case. And if you have chance to be in power, your first kind of an election was superintended by violence. And when I want you, soldier atero. Obian soldier atero. Impano one start any war. She was pulled out and the police came to intervene. We have heard all the funny news around. The creation of stories. And some are the fake videos they are trying to make. But at the end of the day, the media that were on grounds saw the reality. But as a party, and we are believing God there. But when they will recover.
And you need a BIA stem out from so-called injustice some time ago. People feel that now
when I was growing up as a young pastor, I can a script about how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on his name, had through wars conquered nations and establishing the Islamic faith. When I grew up, I went back to similar histories to read, and I realized that if you put apologetics aside, some of the cases were just propaganda. Let me be real with you. Sa Ami, Eneda, Adibisi, Nasa Ami, Reverend Benemos, Ministry Bribi as a politician. And I want to still do it in my days and claiming that I love peace. Then I don't really stand by my own word. I have no principle. I think that was the statement of the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. Any leader who keeps changing his principle based on situations is the person himself not principled. The person isn't principled. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should be the first person to be out to put the NDC communicators to order. Mehun Sembia Basintele has come out to write. I think before this violence began and after. And yet the NDC is watching. And the NDC is watching. So the NDC wants to justify the Yaka Chre Oman Ghana, a similar of what happened at Ayawasu West Wagon. Something that was now brought to order. Something that Yefi Ayawasu West Wagon, Yerko Asen North, the NPP made sure that that history was not repeated. Because we believed as Ghanaians there, it wasn't worth repeating. And if on any day, a single NDC member had gone to suffer brutality while Senota, I think that would have been the freshest news. But there is no such precedent to this. And to see the NDC, or any violent record to look at her, more on fan cash friend I was West Wagon. Maybe they should blame His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for recounting the history of the NDC, that no political party beats the NDC on the scorecard of violence. So they should stop the pretense. Because we saw a very peaceful election. But John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, the current president, made a statement to a former event before this 1992 regime began. We are pleading with our colleagues in the NDC. Share. And when I what if studio here work as a in some if I were not to be decorous with word America the warriors in some phono, they should remember that they have a single life. Just one life, just as any other soul in this republic. In this way, why did what it mean? Phone one can be bedagra. My fear is that this is a youth, and I know how he's going to handle this. Today, man, and maybe he doesn't know the NDC in all the 16 years. Wait, man, Ghana do. Ko tell at Rekupo while family and Abrasive Kwamankasi. You see, respect at least of any solid democracy. Medasi.
Very much so, Medasi. Chief
Commander.
I mean, you're caught to about why should certain people be singled out and then mayhem's violence be broken out?
Hey, Commander, my main fa kwenyedo. My regional communications officer. Nde was in a birthday. She is +1 today. Baby Obiano, Yankopan, Unshiran. Gabriela 30.
Oh, okay.
Those in a birthday, she is +1. The Morocco Moti be a magic cake if you wanna with that command because you believe Messian.
I mean, I met her mama.
But your cramina, well, engineer cramina. Imagine media common. That Bibiala Akwaye. Sentine, Abania Wabama. Those who came to protect the public peace. Those who made lectures in relation with the free fall of the city, of which they took it from 4 cities. Now we'll hand over. Now was it we'll hand over one brand city 17 cities. And then Yamina
MPP will hand over the city 17. No, it was 14 cities.
Let's take it 10 cities simple. I will find us Why do you pick?
They will never admit
that Sina, I beg with all due respect. I
just want us to
we are here to inform the general public and educate.
Yes. So the city was never 17 cities when NPP handed over.
No,
14 cities.
Oh, 14.
Yes.
And see, no more hands and my public lectures about the city. No more hands and the free fall of the city. These are the men that women and high hopes Manko Fuji want to. Remember that city of 4 cities. Oh. And so now you're one day the member you woman get one baby now what would you when people ma. Are you serious? The memory. What is your scorecard? What legacy no any hands? Senior. Funny. Mama Claire Sembi.
All right.
Yeah. Boy, nyimpa bi hodin chire hen. Na what did na do na waka and yes, what a solid team. And then my better the NPP was one bema. We have the men, we have the men. We have the men in the sign of our double. When you want busy to Senior, is he the moderator? No. Mpacho question there. Mo kekani na Sabiwa, no only substance.
Yeah, me too.
Whatever he said, no substance behind him. Mama, try them, not try on fat.
Young Queen,
thank you. Senior, one man, what a solid team. Those men, and then MPP, they were bold to tell us that 2024 elections, so we win a Bobium, Antibia.
A
lot of them said it. My brother, Isaac Newton Dick. Okay,
also we win
when you corner Bobium. And these people.
So Isaac Okano because Mr. You had I don't remember.
He will be calling. I can mention some of the MP before, and you know the member in election no. If he macho aqua intellectual, just add up, know the figures, move on with your life. But these people Sabiwa. One young beginning channel be island. Will pay padra, they want to show muscles. Ono hona opeda no man foto ho so John Dramani Mahama twe ho agene gina do de she wanyim hwe kwa won kai de NDC came out from revolution Revolution 9 this year film ben it doesn't make obia on a long kwadam situation mu da benyin chana obiala and yet studio right obiala so ye benyin chana obia wo studio hade oh yes
we are not here to fight
the membri enya abetiri na was Kastle adwenen madwenen sabiwa onye adwuma maw into so no na opedo ho a this were the reason John Dramani Mahama made that reference uncle, how Okumsin our central region? She's not a party national officer of MPP, right? In a party nanka sempose by election one ko. In a piece in say on our local. At the end of the day, I am also in central region. I didn't go to Greater Accra. Fine, or you're not pen or the core hobby. Na kwam na bi so ho de eba asem na okwesi ya no so nensa ka ne chafa wo buru mu minjenzi da ha wokum sine pe na oye besia ba okwo hobi kwam ni tembia enti wona wokwo ho nyinale ebe nti na wambulo bia ana obia le nya ntokwa na okoya ha wokum sine abade na osi and we are not interested in that just because Oya Hukumsin, just because Oya MPP ni. What is MPP? A failed political organization like that? Do you think we are going to continuously pamper you guys? It is not going to happen.
So in general, the incidents.
You and I were not there. Remember away from Dr. Mahmoud the Power Me and 38. Baby, I want to pitch you. You and I were not there. Video na woli you OTV. So what you will see here. I'm a man Kobe. Tell them I'm a can also Kobe. And this video, yeah, seeing videos are way you may hear in I.
But our reporter was there.
Maybe. I'm a man. Child Kwame and Kobe. Refer to our army. You and I were not there. But me can answer. Per this video, yeah, what about it? My year she sincerely. He also the whole gun away. Yeah, when you different video be. So in this instance, even then when the people were coming close to where Hawa is. Then How started spraying that pepper spray. So the thing is, what happened? How wakakaden okayeden. Inam kwafun yede word and where from that pepper spray? What was the motive? Obandan no call the pistol ko okayeden wo ho.
You were not there, so.
But she reported that the pistol. Inja was about me akasra. Also the pistol ayo. Really? Oh, senior. Senior. This should be the last.
Oh, I beg no, please. Address me. We are talking, please. No, please.
How from central region or the person kaya then it was Greater Accra, baby, why by election I become not. Aside that one, what was the motive? No, all spray that pepper spray no to the people of the people who were there.
But if you are being attacked. And provoke
okay, the Abasam no sin that the man attacking no, but this is the question that you and I were not there. But this is the question that you baby sir. Because MPP full baby call some alcohol. Nanabi was there. Obiale in your problem. But then how kumsin. Na video ya share so nyina yenyima summon the far by. But me young ni there how comes in spray ne pepper spray no egun kwafon order na want to watch it. That is
she was being attacked. No you pepper.
Into yeah then na war attacking. Abazu no yeah na war banodo nana. Asema ye bi se no yeah simple. How comes no yeah that mpayimfo ebubesi wa manzano. Se bibia kakam papa onje trade. Ina ma ka kire de. Enya how comes in nkote na okoho. In fact even the candidate na lenum pa on no or contest ati dey obi attack na.
So if we try to in a way justify issues,
we are not justifying anything. No.
Do you think
my
we
question
make
here
as a nation?
No. My sure there the member ya ye do me enya abetin na wale your election so in fact at this level odanche yetine dem mpo na yeto aba electronically which ye botum yae nti nchonya betila na mom so obi so pede o kire de oye benyin chenwa obi an benyin oye wana ne fie ame me benyin na me ye me ye wo me fie na me dem obi so ye benyin oye woni fie na ni dem na mom so onya the pray pad do oye benyin chenchifia ya then chifia will also come out as anasa e wona ye nyina ye bom de hwana na oye benyin. So the thing is nya ye hwan that how Kumsin started spraying ne pepper spray no, but she confirmed or she made an interview that ne pistol o no ho why you even police for now what one call the one call guide election no one po wa mo hon kwa mo wan fe turanko nta how Kumsin no dey too like that o ko hwe hwana yamfa ne dey o ya hunter the member so ya hunter habem no do okọ onye election grounds or they to know the caution when atu na etu and we will get ibinum ma we be defend yi. I am not in support of the violence that happened and I will never support it because edanu ya yetu aba Kastle true how Kumsin into obi ewu wa hwe no kwa why waste warrior registration prior to 2024 election. Amemo constituency secretary wa how Kumsin no constituency wa Toric. How Kumsin mo wa Bruna, I have the videos and the pictures here. How Kumsin no or money tax wa because the member will
for what reason?
Good. Only there or how Kumsin say a ho bay to register okafon from schools to register in that constituency. And they tried to prevent it. Don't forget, I remember how Kumsin saw herself though, or Wabenim one. She is a minister with security on their side. Toric, tax na wabron wambrana security men and women wa obiale into my yeshi because obiale solum for nejuman but to chacha. And MPP yenim how vindictive they are. And may assure they be an agent and not the why a minister. Etu no de kwa now police no obobon ban po amana etu mo anfanko nza okum so de etu ko yedan wo ho ononye besia benyin nche na obiala wana na MPP ni mu how okum so onya had nche na osoro wuso eti do osoro wuso what was osoro eti ni zin wo ho onu mpo won kan bi ni mpo wanko amada ko a eti ni zin wo ho nti why would you move from central region now where the pistol asha o ma ze pepper spray e kwa yedan wo party na le dominant party na say we are not going into this election. We won't participate. Candidates or participate in that. You can go support her. Fine, nobody has a problem. We didn't have any problem with it. At the end of the day, what was the motive? Na me chode. Emi na wo saba semsio yehu. Ba me yehu nyina ye video you all circulating and on an official video so far since but after by election yehu video na hyasena ni bon there how Kumsin obiala o share video ayo on hwe ne how Kumsin we mia ni spray no pepper spray no we mia that was from the onset. What was the motive?
But from the video who these tags breaking through the gate the police fumpo or block on one pin then they went straight to her.
Maybe Malamentekal minimum.
You see,
and nobody approached me though. Chief Yelba.
Chief Nyamte, and common you know, it's not mainly about how it comes in, but I'm looking at the violence. I mean,
started from somewhere, so we should be interested. By 2024, okay, Honorable Flex Kwacho for Suno constituency MP Papa na wa abahwan. As at 2024, in the year when MP Watina do in Fiawa.
Make can message kakana yenko in. All these election violence is caused by the NPP. How Kumsin deserve more than she has gotten? Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Kamana. Truly, President Mahama is a prophet because in opposition he said when Ajay is a coward. He focused on fixing the cracks. Okay, he should focus on fixing the cracks mind him. Where was he when fought by How Kumsin's guards? Just remember that the evil that Manzul Mills lost after Rawlings completed his 8 years rule. Was there any killings or any atrocities during the elections that brought Kufuor to power? Violence was introduced into our body politics. Uncle Paul. Top of the day to you, Kamina. Mr. Kufuor's statement is a shade on his own party executive. It is a subtle campaign against them in their next internal elections. The politics of reward should be discouraged while expertise laced with patriotism should be promoted. And Crash from Adisada. Please come now tell the good afternoon. Please tell the NDC some people are not in peace. He should go to CCMA IGF staffs. They are crying because of not being paid. Come now, no wonder. Uncle Amos is a reverend. He is so intelligent. God Almighty bless him from KKBK. May that say. Please tell the NDC man okay. Somebody is joking here. If you were not there, how do you know she was spraying pepper spray from IB at Pedi? MPP Egupoto, MPP Kenkempa from Boga and Kafu Fie. Ben, just 5 minutes.
Yes, man. You see, on a very serious note, as Ghanaians, you're quite surprised when people begin to speak like my brother in this studio is speaking on situations like this. I have been more than that personally. They have some in here. I want to advise my brother. He could be a younger brother or a colleague or an elder brother. On politics, we have homes. Or a claim that how Akumsin granted an interview and said she went with a person and it is lost. Ejesman, have you chanced on an interview granted by Howard Kumse?
So far, no, I haven't chanced on any interview.
In the Sabatina studio, Neda Kushiba she wumuma. No, please. Let us be fair. Ida Kushiba she wumu. Na kama epe. You think that you are doing your party's bidding. But I would advise that you are human first. And you hail from a family. Maybe the family is even very respectable. And wouldn't want such utterances to be made. He was making instances of videos he has chanced on her. Also, from the onset, she was spraying pepper spray. You as a media must have chanced on other videos. Report from you and went in there first. The attack wasn't on Howard Kumsin. They had attacked one young man and Oshe Green. Before they went, Howard Kumsin was only seeking solace with the policemen. And then they went directly to attack. You are aware, even when they're correcting it, they know what happened that the guys broke into. Will break into. And two, he centered all his arguments because he has some character for violence to say that how comes in on 3 people were assaulted. The aspirant herself, the national deputy organizer of the party, then Howard Kumsin, Miracle Abuaji had to run. It is about now it creates a false impression. I don't know what his portfolio is, but I don't think political portfolios no could be woman offering a violence prayer and a violent motivator and a violence whatever. What we have come here to do is to address this matter, and there is an election ahead of us. Now you encourage Ghanaians to desist. Maybe somebody was used for that act yesterday. He is thinking of coming on board today. Maybe somebody did it just last 2 days. He thinks that it has been successful, so he will go and do tomorrow. But we are encouraging all. I deviated from political talks to say that NDC, so it is justifiable for the NPP to do in telling them also there, I see your scorecard. It is not necessary for him to move. I don't think it is part of any person's communication that there should be electoral violence. So I advise my brother, if you really respect humanity, you treat this matter dispassionately. Whatever went on there is not in your interest. I don't think it is in his interest. it will never be in my interest. So what I would call on party people to do is that Masa Akweti Eboko, because we believe in democracy. And we will go and exercise our franchise. We will go and campaign. And we will see an electoral process. What we would tell Ghanaians in there, do not allow yourself to be used by a political party for an actor or chinebi. You leave widows. You leave orphans. No. If it happened yesterday, it has no credit there. But on any day, we'll call on some leaders to take the issue by the horn. Now the Danquest era, when this case I told you how that the president had to put measures in place. As of the time Asin North, even the NDC came out to say that this election was one of the most peaceful elections that they saw. It was under Nanado. And Tabadintina won't give a credit to something positive that happened. But they always want to give, a score to a former activity they condemn to say that it is the grounds for which such things should be going on. You see how, cunning some communicators can be. But the question is, how can this be in the interest of Ghana, especially in the global radar? Because they have there is reorganization in every political party. Let me laugh. So some of them think that the more they do this, the more there are people who see that Charlie, it is completely, let me use the right word, useless to our political, that war, violence.
But Interior Minister Abakade, those perpetrators will go unpunished.
Exactly the call would expect anybody to. Because that has been the trend. I think I last 3 days after the very incidents, the Council of Christian Council came out to condemn the matter. And with the Adibi sometime before it happens, it wouldn't be in the control of anybody. It wouldn't be in the control. And some people take advantage. Nobody's going there with anything. Then people would fish in. So they take the system by surprise. And why am I obeying? But we would call on Ghanaians. Why do they betray to them and brother can be near between Chinobia? Ebi or no wa betray. But ebi ada but wa betray don't came pa. Me won't be a to na betray no kada zeda. Po. One boy impon and ranka said the form. So they should be very careful.
Let us see. Ben. Chief, I'm also just 5 minutes in a.
My purpose for coming here has to do with come and use this medium to inform the general public of the happenings and educate those who are meet here, especially the MPP communicators. Many of them will come here whereas they are empty. Many of them will be in this studio whereas they are empty. By the fact that when your microphone is tilting the person must spew anything that will come from his mind. Senior, I believe the conversation no, into your intellectual discourse. It won't happen. But at times we agree to disagree. Or we disagree to agree on something. It doesn't make anybody better than anyone. Because we all have a background. Senior, I am responsible person. Me, Chiviaya. I am responsible person. I have an integrity. And I will always protect and defend my integrity. I have a name. And last hour, I am not a coward. Minyawana waya empty na wabatinabi just because they belong to a political party. Like my brother here saying that he is a special aide or a special assistant to Elvis, a failed MP for KAAK. Who doesn't have a track record? It was no constituency.
What has Elvis got to do with violence?
And violence. And you come and sit here. Now, Abade, me feed me the man reorganization. Do you know who I am? Do you know me? This is the first time that you have met me. But productiveness, I am better than you. I have an integrity than you. I have a name to protect. But that is not why we came in here. We came in here to discuss or have an intellectual discourse. Right? You are an MPP. You have your stand. I don't have any problem with it. I am an NDC. I am thinking as a Ghanaian and how Ghana will move forward. And the question that I ask, what provoked those people? And a provocation I'm making on Tasi. Now, by China, you know me. How dare you? Who scorecard no hindi? Fantasy and here yet to be. As some maybe say be a provocation I'm can on Tasi and or a normal mini problem because they always come here empty. Bibi an kakam papa on jetredo. E dom na wokọ hwan. How kumsin kakada nchira hwan. Mbenyin na okahia hwan na oye hwan den message onam how kumsin the amemo constituency officer secretary Toric where how kumsin no constituency just because o man tax wa attack that man.
So this is a payback.
Not a payback. But in terms of we are having an intellectual discourse. But the question is what happened? And also video from the beginning of this video on from the onset and until onset I say you come here. I come here to inform the general public and educate you, especially the MPP communicator that comes here. From the onset of this video, all that we saw first was how Okumsin spraying that thing. What was the motive?
That is what you see. That is what you saw first.
That is what and because when the people were coming to her, she decided to spray.
I saw different thing, but that is what,
and what you saw. Was she spraying something on them?
Oh, yes, she was spraying.
What was it? According to the law, also a pepper spray. Right? Nti ebe na asam na obey. Eno okaban there. One guys in and wo hu na okum sina na was wo kwado. No. BBC. At Nasa. So that and before I will come here, I am here representing the great National Democratic. Before I remember studio biano, me a thorough research.
Okay, so maybe
I don't come sit here empty.
All right, so Chief Nyabutel. Maybe you have intel. So you might be informed. What? So, Chief, I am talking to you. On your casa. I am talking. No, Chief. No. I want us to have clean conversation, please. So listen to me. Mercy, you might have intel as to what happened. This tax. What call how comes sinodo? Per what you are saying that, I mean, in common AD and information I want. So maybe about to my boy, what happened? What intel do you have?
Kwamina, what I am saying is, Ame, you and I were not there. I mean, now we young Kohobi.
Okay.
My young video yellow or the one TV do my young Nale Yershabi. At Azanasa.
All right.
Into the video, a conversation, the union, maybe it's a simple, logical question.
All right.
That aba sam na okaba ya nko futu ana wo na wo kumti nji na hwanti na wo ba ana BBC na wo kumti na ama ya atase da ne pesel krayo and because you don't have such information at that time me is to empty person like
Chief ya where I say where I say bebre ebusia high Kastle 90.3 FM me man hodo and it's discuss about the fallout of Ablikuma, not election. I mean, not just Ablikuma, not election, but series of electoral violence. Ibu krampo nyimpa binum ewu efrimo eko. But you reduce the conversation to this. Can we move forward as a nation? And are we in a way? These political parties, the NDC, the NPP, can we move forward? All right. We are here. 8 people were killed in an election. People were shot at Ayawaso West. People were killed by Howard Kumsin men at Kaswa. We did not say anything. Today, we are defending Howard Kumsin for pulling up pepper spray. You... Nana... I don't know. Nana, that's it. Okay. And I am here to moderate the program. And I need to see the smooth running of the program. I am not interrupting anybody. Thank you, boss. Engineer Shama Bayedina Benya, getting tested many times doesn't necessarily mean punishment. It may be preparation for a role that requires more capacity. If not God on his side, likely by this time, people are preparing for her 1 week observation at Kaswa. Indeed, power is transit. Ampa Kaswa Rambo Diu Diania Manihunu. Greetings to Mayor George Justice Arthur, an engineer ni Opoti Metro Road engineer. Nana message in my ebimbre bi why say ma kan ni na. All right. I also forward the brother mamintwa just 3 minutes na membra na yanche nkomo no do. Join your Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM. I'll be back.
Hello, Ejumaku schools. Ensure Ankron Krubiara Waped Wakoto, Anak Trip Biaran, Kastle Transport, Abamawan, Kastle Transport Car Rentals, the buses are Papaba. Whatever Haisa, Buni Kumebi, one disappointed so. Let them into a quaint to Biara down in Yemen. Account for Kastle Transport Mawan. When your Jumaficate course for all the regions, buses need now see a full aircon with qualified drivers. Let them into book Kastle Transport Car Rentals this year. Juma 24 hours. About the phone, and she shared so young. Obey your fine so. Let them into fresh 0244 406 500 and 0552 490 241. Not Jinchim. It won't Kastle Transport Car Rentals or Kastle FM, Cape Coast, Johnson Street. Kastle Transport. Welcome to you in a Yanzikase.
The Biarada every 1st July, Ecosi 31st July, dear. Betway and Mao Question Qua, who's been ya Chedia Hudro Bibria, and also 9 million Ghana City. I was scratch and win a Quenyano. Chow bet, I was sports, and a casino. Then ya de Biarada scratch card. Would you been ya Quenya winning cash? Would you spinning? Ah, yes, I'm out free flight. And in a kicker who be brave. Betway Kwana Ubenyano. Nya Quenya do now or betway.com.gh. Kaise, and Chishaka Crown. Gaming Commission of Ghana Sashas ye. Betting in Yansemo. When you feel what you and come
Cities not pick you. Send your movie say no sa. Ya tete ya ni amani ni naso. Inti kan wana kwa Electroland showroom bia. Ana authorized dealer stores no. Na je wo Samsung, TCL, Media, any Nasco nemu ni amani nara. Say ye TV, refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, home theaters, microwaves, any ni ekika hwe dawa kuma sina. Ya tete so. We di cities na pick you. A pick it. Inti send your budget tiebia. Bra, Emani Changhu, cities not picky, Electroland so wahoma.
Bakwa ya wiase ene so beto fidia bodia wonya so faso biara le senti ene wose wode wani tre Anointed Engineering Services Limited generators apapa enye dede eni unhwamo nansa numfu obebre no Anointed Engineering ewo the free 5 kVA ekosi 3000 kVA ne bonso da form boko na woton so a yema 5-year warranty so we generator ejene ho a Anointed Engineering ebesesi ama Biara, ye sound so ton tile lights, any genuine spare parts. A face so pesa wuton with generator dada. For Anointed Engineering Services, ewo training schooler, e manim die, ɛne nteteɛ ɛwɔ generator, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, any solar installations ho. Yɛdwuma pɛnti, yɛahyeta ɔman Ghana nyinaa. Hwehwɛ yɛn wɔ Cape Coast, Tantre, yɛne Accra Station no ɛna di nhwɛnimu. Anaasɛ yɛbɛn Republic Street, frɛ yɛn sɛsie ɛwɔ 024-845-5697 anaasɛ 024-348-0334. Yɛnti ɛwɔ Nkran, number 77 Anointed House ɛwɔ Odoko Malam Kwantimpɔn so a ɛbɛn Odoko traffic light. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Kastle FM 90.3. We are chat.
All right, Ebusha, I'm in Sanma Kabio and Famra Kastle 90.3 FM. Memman Hodo, Jumezi, and a good days in common. More messages in Embra 0244-743-143. 0244-743-143. My messages in Embra. Text message, another WhatsApp message. Now is in common. I'm joining you on Facebook and so. Kastle 90.3 FM. Then also on YouTube, Kastle 90.3 FM. Now I want to is the income. Now, young Queen and Ben, people believe that the income, the former president, we've been through an old conversation or Kochaba, irrespective of that. Is he being sidelined by your party, as he said?
I would thank you. I think since last 2 weeks, yenya quite a number of topics. I would also appeal that some of our media houses would first want to, for the avoidance of doubt, do background checks before we put it out in the media. But I will tackle this matter in two perspectives. Mpede create impression that the video or the sound voice is old or new, because of course we all know it is not a current voice. His Excellency the former President of the Republic, John Agyekum Kufuor, is not even in the country in the first place. But the most important thing there, has the party sidelined Kufuor or not? In the perspective of a previous era, of course, Ame Moruntum Minjina Mankada have been in his position to determine whether Benemos and Kufuor have been sidelined. But we know the responsibility of the National Council, where former presidents play roles, and then where maybe the council itself takes a decision, which is in line with the constitution. But once the former president has made such an utterance, whether in the past or present, as a political party, I believe the leadership would consolidate with whatever statement. Now I don't think this is a matter for a public brouhaha. Say to America the mean day, nobody would wish that only penyin will fee. The NPP is one of the political parties since 1992. Iradinadum was sustaining and past leaders alive. I think Ghana and political landscape, the two major political parties, the National Democratic Congress and then the New Patriotic Party. Yerka party or former president who are alive and of course are statesmen. It is only one, the NPP. Anamobwa, good. Those that have left the scene. But we have Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and then we have President John Agyekum Kufuor. At any time they have their rights to advise the party. Sabakia last week, I refer to last week because there was another communique there at Kennedy. One of our former flag bearer candidates, or make a statement there, and information he picked from the grapevine. I believe the party tried to find out where exactly he picked that. There hasn't been any concrete grounds. But of course, internal elections are close. So one thing Obiara would want to do is that, well, let us try to put this in this perspective so that we get
within the party,
so that we get an advantage
or propagate.
But AJ Suman, if for instance I want President Kufuor's voice, whether yesterday or today, to be heard, so that it will put me right with leadership, of course it is not wrong to do. And I don't think that it's wrong for me to, let's say, play a Kufuor's voice and then answer, okay, there it is safer to be
you find an ordinary worker in a party than when your party is in power than to be a secretary of the party, even in opposition. I mean, at any time, people would want to pick on certain statement of our past leaders because Eradina Dumara, we have these personalities in the country. And beyond political partyism, no, President Kufuor is a statesman. I hope you get it. President Kufuor has every right as a citizen to advise any political party. Not when people are trying to put words in his mouth and other put statement of the past. But I would want to call on Hen leadership that, of course, if such a thing was in play or is in play, we can put things right at any point and then get things through. In political parties, of course, they would want to come and then rubbish. I don't think the NPP has interest in such communications. What we are saying is that his voice is welcome. I believe that it's a voice it has been attended to in the past. Do you get it? But it's being played today. Of course, we acknowledge the needfulness for reorganization. So even replaying that voice on yet out of place. And we respect President Kufuor. He is one of our finest leaders, just as Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He is one of the single persons urban pro-poor policies in Ghana. We may barely not have another president, whether past or present, where we're rolling out similar pro-poor policies. President Kufuor, through his handiwork, school feeding, through his handiwork, health insurance scheme, through his handiwork. So they are men of character, they are men of caliber. And quite recently, some chiefs and leaders in our country are applauding Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for some of his outstanding policies, even in the hardship era. A time will come, Nana Addo's voice will be celebrated all over the globe because these men have proven leaders are, in spite of the challenges of their era, they sustained what we call social benefits to any country. Okay. In the end, political parties are social institutions. They are social institutions. Okay, there was a video out when the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, was condemning some act of the former president, John Dramani Mahama then. And he made instances that are for party that shed kutukum. We've had all these comments in the past. Kufuor hasn't made such a comment. He's saying that he's been silent. What he's trying to say is that new views, do you get it? He believes that he can still push certain things through to help sustain the system. And I think that it is a welcoming call. It is very positive to Hen political party, especially in this era, Hen reorganization. In fact, as part of the reorganization, Kufuor stands a better place in it. Because Hen party leaders of the past are all being consulted. I hope you understand. Okay. In President Kufuor, former party secretaries, John Boedu and others, have been consulted. Former party chairpersons, even to the days of our friend and Chairman Blay and others, they've all been consulted. So what is so new? And their voices we respect. And so you are going to hear more voices. I hope you get it. Because the party is currently in opposition. And while we prepare ourselves to lead the country, I believe that councils matter. The Bible has made it so explicitly clear. It is only, I should put it in other perspective, an unwise person in a sebi onti council. So if somebody says that, well, I've been throwing a number of council, I think you should give it attention. I think it's a welcome call for a political party. But let me also be clear.
Just a second.
My brother, just a simple question. You have claimed that you've made background checks before you came to the studio. Respectfully, tell us your finding. And he said you and I were in there. No, you aren't asking whether he was there or not. And I think that he should spare the propaganda on the citizenry. Because especially when we are talking about matters that has to do with electoral violence. Call for peace. But if I don't know what you know, does it give you the audacity there? Try to incite the public to claim that what happened was right. I totally disagree with him.
But I say, Chief, I'm also 5 minutes. President Kufuor.
Your mama power and you be or say, oh, the Asampa Nabo Asampa and Jet to the minimum.
Well, boy,
24-hour economy. What's it? Or can't obey you, or can't obey? Say, eternal. John Ramani, me, you can say. In jet or shall assembly man from Bodo Botia one. monthly.
Yeah, I have the press release here.
And the money has been paid.
I'll go through it. So let's address
this is man full of wisdom. Your mama is so honest to an extent to say we would never, MPP will never get a caliber of that man. It won't want to party no more. This is the man I promise there. Obama from my work school, work tertiary, one school fees no but to Yamahan. John Mahama has done that. I think in Chayenya Kwenje de Mia, this development. Oh, Bob Winnimpad. I have a discussion so. But oh yeah, Yabafan the Mala. Menolaka saying, and an answer, I butcher Mukoyele. Ewan an essence of war strike. What's what your funeral grant? Height, whatever. Of course, Obia is entitled to Zanella fee there or benefiting. Menolaka say, the minister on him paying for not tenacity. Ma only finance minister ka ho ma ho ma ja to mu there fuel and uniform allowance na ade na award no the next budget what is shema mo ho manije aba enye aba na ayeto we no aba bi ayeto no won sunsuando ide do benye sunsuando papa mo ana obenye sunsuando bon ozamo na Ghana fo yesi jina bi a wa bo man Ghana answer na iyiri baban ibi so obi alo ye jimo tertiary institution mo baka the lecturers and other wait your book and research allowance so John Mahama be yele wait your book that's last 2 weeks nti ye batina ha ncha anye hwe kra no yen ka bi
but chief you would agree with me that paying paying books and research allowance and then those
teachers allowance has been paid nurses of housing them kwema oba
onye a new thing or ya de owa abani bia no oye wasa do
onya abani bia na do be wonje bi many look say one na wo bi school from 2019 na do dan kwa kufado nurse for na de na say anti news na from 2019 to 2024 an phobia la adwuma nya abani biala many look say abani papa ya yeto abama and this abani through the Mr. Honorable Kwa Minta Kando the health minister wo aba fa nkofo adwuma say abani na dala na we se chip compound or the before bia kotuma ehim for na do se chip compound wo ka ko chiram mess when it come to track record a pay that crime time and this say 16 years wa abani mo MPP so 16 years wa abani mo into that crime ban na mbe na yem bobo achievement. Of course MPP botum wa abaka bi because the na da kwa kufa do fa dwene do odo tua na yelka. Secondly odo ogwal wo wim odo the presidential just ka fa se wo bronyi ma okaji wani. This is all that they can say.
President Kufuor just 2 minutes. Yeah.
7th January 2025. Na Ghana fo hia bana yeto ma NDC no nye John Dramani Mahama no. Washan ma. Meche maka washan ma meche da what John Mahama be sad Ghana o man panyin. Agre menul kase ya anya dagil na inauguration video ne ho a sanso hwe bio. Ibo hu na wozi Kufuor na chirima Kufuor kwachi ehwe mbra na do kachi ewie na olban na do ba pa Kufuor ho ma won na woka no nyina hwai na won kai da dem papa npo oka ho ho awusa no kwhwe video obiala otem nso botum wa hwe da inauguration video no after Kufuor kwachi John Dramani Mahama wie na olisanen na MPP funalo no they didn't recognize him because the member won na number twam mfi bebre na wafam na do hwanyi nti Kufuor a lot of them opa no na waka nyimpa tupe na oze dem nkofo no woze hwandam woze bai nti amemete yi wanye mo nwonwa the former president Kufuor wa abakan yi na ne nyina chinche MPP fo hwanyi nso no ye wona hiasam na nche wonye nwadwuma sentin de so nye former president Kufuor nche MPP aman yoku what we call political power nche won taste be that but true or no No, Ghana football. Okay, there's something called NPP. Even though 8 years of Nanado, Obochi Habrabo Nina Senechil, and of course, there's no track record. Womuni scorecard biala. Just that Obaday, no other mail to or me wompum. The minty or Sadam of Shang, Namudu Mayer. They don't have scorecard. There will be a Matina. I mean, now we have Brabo or Cheese and the Chilling Flower Tree.
All right.
And there will be assuming Bisa. So it is a good call. At the end of the day, NDC has the super majority in parliament. We have the supreme leader in person of John Dramani Mahama, but we still need responsible opposition. We need opposition or responsible. Onyam walk walk tense na yoko from way bia. Emberna Rollins your man paying wo kruma hana MPP for from 1996 to 2000. So Biswal na so make a statement yes in there sabiwa adwin wom na odel kase. Upon there, you was super majority. Now you was supreme leader.
All right.
We still need responsible, honest opposition.
Chief Yaya,
we don't need.
Come home. So the one is about Medasi. In 2020, the Ghanaian Ministry of Health recruited and posted 4,799 nurses to various health facilities across the country. This recruitment drive included registered midwives, registered community nurses, registered general nurses, that is psychiatry, health assistant clinical, registered general nurses, and community health nurses. The nurses were assigned to different levels of care, including chief compounds, polyclinic, district hospitals, and teaching hospitals. Okay. And this one was also reported by Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic. All right. Mention Memfa Neso and Fambra. Okay. Adia, why you? Okay. So on this was reported on 30th of July 2024. The Ministry of Health will from Monday 5th August 2024 begin the recruitment of 15,200 nurses and midwives to man the various health facilities across the country. This is after the Ministry of Finance granted clearance for the recruitment of health professionals. But the minority caucus in Parliament has labelled the decision to recruit nurses and midwives at this time an election gimmick intended to deceive and sway voters, with just over 4 months to the polls. So, in line with the recruitment process, the ministry has advised qualified applicants to submit their applications through the Ministry of Health online portal. Applicants are required to log in and follow the instructions to select their preferred agency under the ministry. So, Chief Yaya said, since 2019, government on your recruitment biya Ghana. That was why I decided to pull that one.
I am very okay with what you just read.
But Chief Yaya Nyabutemam, you've made you Nyabutem. Chief Nyabutem, ma for call so. Don't worry, ma for call so. But no. You have nothing to. Nyabutem. Chief, the payment of allowances to all assembly members, distinguished members of the press, Ghana's decentralization agenda, which was designed with the objective of transferring power, responsibility, and resources to local authorities, especially the sub-district structures, to enable citizenry at the grassroots participate in decision-making and improve service delivery. However, over the years, this notable agenda has faced a myriad of challenges. In recent past, we have experienced re-centralization of resources at the center, and this negatively impacted on the performance of MMDAs. To reverse this trend, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama committed to transferring 80% of the District Assembly Common Fund to all MMDAs. This policy is being implemented as we speak. Our government also promised to resource all assembly members to perform their duties effectively and efficiently in their electoral areas. Pursuant to the resetting Ghana agenda, the NDC government has allocated 100 million Ghana cedis in the 2025 budget statement and economic policy to pay monthly consolidated allowances to all assembly members. The objective is to enhance their capacities and to equip them with financial resources and logistics to deepen monitoring of all government projects and programs being implemented within their electoral area. To fulfill this manifesto pledge, the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs on 12th of June 2025 requested the Ministry of Finance to release 100 million Ghana cedis to enable it to transfer the fund to all MMDAs for the payment of the monthly consolidated allowance. Consequently, the Ministry of Finance has released 25 million Ghana cedis on the 18th of June as first tranche of the allotted fund to the ministry. The ministry, as of today, Monday 14th July 2025, has transferred a total amount of 23,621,000 Ghana cedis, representing allowances for the month of April and May to all assembly members. Thus, each assembly member is being paid 1,300 Ghana cedis per month to enable them to perform their duties effectively and efficiently. A total of 9,085 assembly members are benefiting from this payment. Clearly, the resetting agenda on local governance and decentralization bodies with this significant step of transferring resources to the local and assembly members. So now, as we speak, per the release, today is 14th. Government has transferred an amount of 23,621,000 Ghana cedis to the various MMDAs onward distribution to the assembly members. So each assembly member 1,300 Ghana cedis. So now we are talking about 2,600 Ghana cedis to every assembly member according to the release. Now unsu Remi be chief. Mamemfa callers. Better say. Good evening.
Good evening, Papa. Yes, I'm Oye dem sika ya owo man mu nya ye obra papa na de ko kufado na ba o me obo bu ja ho wo mo tave dem sika ya wo de to kai na ye sika wo de ja ho ye ho enis mo de mo do ye na de kwa so ye wura ba o mia wo mo de wo de dem sika
asamse ba wo me sika ni Ghana sika ni Ghana sika ye na do sika ana
papa library
me da say
sika Ghana na boom no ba 3.7 adai that library baby.
Samson Obimbre, good evening.
Good evening, family.
Dawood.
Yo, I'm coming now. MP, we best round the Molo Bahon, the name Impusa. Because we Ghana ban.
That would even as an honorable one who died in Susa. Is it?
Or about to try there at some go. It's easily, although the whole Ghana, woke up a Ghana for because Mission was saying in a forest reserves in a Kufa chunk of Fukutupa. I'm a was saying about us we are speaking. It's Sicilian, Abu Sumana Yakupa when we MPP party. It's Winchiman on Pagana for
all right.
What on Madam
Massive, good evening.
Good evening, Governor.
Okay, it's meant something too.
What the question is about Governor? Every must be don't go. I'm with you. If I see what I must not follow you. Who will say your sign for me the packet and what about the Mibian? They'll shoot to you, woman. What's your sign for me the pa? Then I'm going to
have using come on, please. I had using come on, please.
Everything you can ask them to make a day.
Ain't it issue one man bobo didn't be
on the point of fathers. see, when it's again, every small with uncle, on your word, the papa down mama. Okay, when you trace you.
Okay.
That's my mama can road is so already. Road is another point to road, I'll make. On the quarter of the good. On point to road, another bay, on the quarter of the good. I mean, the yes, Samana, so I want to hear me, I'm here to come. I'll go over my team, my man, you're going to do to be. The same word you said that. The same word you said that.
Okay. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Minister.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Christ, I do more now.
I'm for the shaming. You're from Arijara. Minister, I accept. Minister, in the prepared what in Bia.
There'll be a way.
In the so them petrol living so be Bia. Anna, what's that?
Yeah, way. Minty.
Oh, being Yawo, and it's for Yawo. And it's in the cause of Yano Kulbia. Into catch important one day. Yeah, there. Let's say, I am for Pia. Sitting to or Kulibia. Them living all about, petrol living all about. Okay. Share. Oh, paying Kusuma. And you feel Bunipa. Young Buddy in Yaja. You were gonna have more. Net. I said, don't catch it. I said, don't catch it. I'll catch a gun for there. Lawrence saying, but I'm no poon, and it's way easy. That's Pibia. I'll pay Kusuma. I'll pay those and be in Yaja. You're expecting the pa. But let us see. I think it's a small kind of. Okay. But why you?
Let us see. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh, are you ready? Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening too.
Welcome.
Nyamiadumo. Me too.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Good evening.
Good evening,
yes, sir. Could you phone to call on me to yes, me too.
But I'm the NDC in the Masran and then Kastle or your house has a palacho. Yes, Sunday. I buy, okay, never be done or then all Kodo. Yeah, you so, but the sound of better studio are when you have a 10 away now on Casa. No one near the non fire, don't for indicating. Parliamentary MPP for now watching there, what's the member young Quay and MPP Abano, or yes, parents or MPP Abano, yes, we are now. I'm Peramaka MPP for in there. Yabba, but what case in a chip. Abba by 8 years in the working senate, frankly speaking. Maranga Samasha by 3 months, 4 months. Mammy who am I, but woman will MPP for our my Ghana pa MPP for our my Ghana. But yes, so there. What Bamba Chain? I at the Papa no Winja, I before when you was studio.
Let us see. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Oh. What is this now? On Semenka. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, yeah, good evening, boss.
Yes, sir.
David Mefrefi,
okay, David, me too.
Mother, MPP Funa Womba, what can they? What to electricity? Mr. I catch one, the one gets a one, but look, all your dumb to the poor. Catch a whole man. So when you can't have, I think the Mama by Wabo to electricity. When we are there, I am a flower queen. I educate zero why now. Ah, something about me, meaning that only Martin Cano.
Pacha David. I wanted the member and call. You were making a point. You also make your point. You don't come and attack him, please. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh. Yes, sir. Oh. Me too.
Yo, I'm coming. Madame Makwini. I'm coming. Okay. More code war. break my not in one on yard papa. You know, I condemn. But I'm coming to this or then. I was so west work on. As I'm not so one. Reports or Ben. Yat Masamana, another audience and train, maybe at Masaman and the big up. I'm coming to move the Ghana. I also was going as an American. But I am some train at whom a recommendation or another report or
the president issued a white paper on it.
Until President Rabana Mono to know. I'm coming, I say, a wood to say, no so in some more cold if yen mamia okay spray, pepper spray, manu, and some baby. I'm coming America that the act and answer, and one, and other years support another amongst the men. But Ghana for them one day. BBC are bound on than on 200 money beer. And see, if more could be a John Wine Tassi, Denta, how comes in Denta, share honor and sunny Nian Kubesia on any politics, and a bisu. How comes in cheddar only, no one bread, no watching a water bread. You now why every fan come out and one come on shade.
Okay.
And there. And the MP before the Mazano on ye. In Kay Piano Bacaron, none coin MP before. I come my mamma can and chat to my
all right. Okay.
Yo, but that's it.
That's it. Last caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming up.
Papa. Hello?
Nina, Patrick.
Okay, Patrick, in too.
I'm coming. Me pelling me so the what one by him who Ghana many. What one by him
from Abamba, America.
National
so from 1992 up to this time, ain't
no, it's not about the son or turning to civilian.
Yeah, you say he was a military man.
No, but I was not all soldier in Abaddon. Where to the way Queen Power. If you want to talk for no obey.
Yes.
No, but I tell the Kufo of Otinabin, we couldn't pour that. I tell the Mus, we couldn't pour that. I tell the Mahama, we couldn't pour that. Sometimes I'm the maybe also a suffer. Sometimes they will say, "Oh, be yadi." So who buy yadi? Let's add in ya. Catch a woman there. The magic on ye. I'm a woman with shingles and I'm a nest and one conquer ye. If you know you can be Kastle, a child of Kabana or be Kastle. I suffer. He preached changing per day. Yen name. Is that how you preach to your church members? Sometimes I am at the part there. Or do they a year younger than you want to say? No, I am at the part. Me did the man na mission. But I'm Kastle. Like the seminar, I had the baby and be before I'm about to buy a light bill. After 3 days, 3 days, what one bar. I could follow or two prepaid. And that ending Mama Warden in the meter, separate meter, no, do 100 cities. Beside I him. Beside Mama Watuma.
All right, but I
don't want empty before where the margin in Nadia.
May I say?
Eh?
All right. Okay. Ebuseye face I mean to me for call biabio. Nana, I do message about so let me respond to your message. I am not the one saying the video is an old video. A caller and all can be send your old video. So the video no mashe masumpo ma abwa no before the program abo video no hade and sana maybe and I've granted interviews on it. Ntinana, I don't know why you are saying that me that's bebre. All right, but I can message kakran so hade na yem fancy. Good afternoon, boss. Before the election, it was clear that the MPP was going to spark some violence just to create bad name for the NDC and also equalize what happened in Ayawaso West Wagon. Very soon, no one will turn out for a by-election. The do or die affair in our elections is getting deadlier and worrying. Akutia would be a test to the police and the political parties. Let's learn. Perez from Ola. Perez Medasi. Good afternoon, Mr. Host. It was very disheartening Friday. I thought this government is righting the wrong. So is this the resetting we voted for? MPP no, Mr. Amos MPP no, Mr. Amos know very well that former President Kufuor know him. He is somebody from KKBK. Okay. President Kufuor rubbished the report on Ayawaso and said Sam George provoked the people. Therefore, the slap on him was justified. Really? Was it part of the white paper? I mean, they will issue white paper. I don't know why. Please, Mr. Host, NDC think Ghanaians are not watching and we are waiting for 2028. They said former president was bad. But what is happening now? Richard from Akotoche. Good evening, Mr. Host. Please, which football team did you support? I thank God you are a Chelsea fan because yesterday Chelsea won 3-0. Mr. Host, please, firstly, why did she went there with pepper spray? Please, let us say the fact. President John Dramani Mahama worked very hard to achieve his ambition. It will see from Aidan. Uncle will see, may I say. Good afternoon, Uncle Suman. Please note that your program is listened to by different people in this region. So I will urge you to check your invited people as panelists. This particular one is disappointing. Okay. The NPP think, okay, it is true Elvis didn't do anything at AK. See them, Ima from Asebu, Putubiu, may I say. Kamna, is the NDC guy defending Ablekuma violent? What if it happened to him? Will he speak that way? He should remember power is stranger. It visits you no matter how long it stays. It will definitely leave you. He should listen to their general secretary's comments and stop that defense. Next time he will be the victim and people will give those comments. Then he will learn how to comment when it comes to violence. George from Coronation. George made us say. Ben Yanko.
Brother Suman, I feel very much grateful.
But you're making better man. Could a video near old video?
I mean, who called on that?
Obia sending a message there. Why am I doing
that's his opinion. I can. Everybody's opinion.
I just asked you a question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like you want me to be clear?
Yeah.
No, I think you have been clear, and I'm on it. Okay, so AJ Suman did not say it's an old video. I think he said per the statement of somebody it was an old video. AJ Suman. The peace of Ghana is non-negotiable any day, in spite of which political party is in power. And so would advise the general public. I think I've always today we say you keep repeating yourself over the same matter. Would advise the general public. A certain political party uses you to spew a wrongdoing. Or chinebi when you know about the social media. That time, that minister that sent you to do that party official may not be there with you.
All right.
And then you'll be the one to grapple with the
very much.
They should desist from political violence. The other thing is that NPP, we cherish our leaders. And that President Kufuor's statement, of course, will be valued. 2 years when we were in office, the nation saw the good things that NPP in our first term and our second term first 2 years. NDC is only 6 months in power. We pray that things are sustained at least not less than 2 years.
Very much made us say. Reverend Ben Amos na yetse Ninkano. But unfortunately, our brother Chief Yaya Wasrakwan Oko inti Chief in Suyadanase. Ridge Royal Hotel Kids Club, Ebusenyi Umbenshim. Activities in Okodo every first Saturday of every month, and special sections during school holidays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Walk-in per session here 50 Ghana cedis, half-year membership here 270, and a annual membership in here 480. A family of more than one, a 5% discount off. For Ridge Royal Hotel was 0312003222 and AFI 0501672908. Betway Scratch and Win. Betway Scratch and Win is back with a bang. A whooping 9 million Ghana cedis prize ranging from cash, free spins, free flight, and more are out for grab from 1st of July to 31st of July. Just log in to betway.com.gh today. Game Park Cool Chop. In June, over 6 million CDs were chopped. In 1 week alone, players chop 1.5 million Ghana cedis. Your winnings jump from 26 to 30 times. That star 946 hash. That was for first share. Game Park Cool Chop no more. But MPS maybe saw the and they. Do you suspect that you didn't get the right amount of fuel? Do you have issues about the quality of fuel you bought, or did you experience bad customer service at the filling station? No stress. Just call 030255 0380